Welcome to the Gerudo Desert. It is full of electricity, and these guys having a party. Let's mess with their party. In the only way I know how. I imagine most people didn't come here first time, so it's probably just the game following your trajectory.
Yeah.
So, I have started to be on the lookout for chests buried like that. Any guesses on to how many times I bapped myself in the head?
Most.
I would have also accepted too many.
It's funny, I never managed to do that. There's just, I don't know, something about you and head trauma in this game, I suppose.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to create a monumental weapon of war. What do you think we should do for the desert? Like maybe some kind of lizard maybe, or I don't know, like a wolf?
I like camels.
No, look, I told you, we're not doing... Oh, don't do what's intimidating about a camel?
Come on, Larry, let's make a giant Molduga. Those guys are everywhere. They're horrible.
Right, Moldugas are terrifying. We could do that. No, camel.
Camel spit on me once. It's humiliating.
So scared of them.
They're the worst. We're doing camels.
Here's your dramatic piano elixir.
Did you hear the neat song when I made it?
Oh, well.
Shark attack!
Oh no. Sharks out.
Isn't that the guy that wrote the thong song?
Okay, that was surprisingly forthcoming of you.
I could be with the Yiga Clan lady.
You mean the clan of people who are really good at disguising themselves as travelers?
Link's got an honest face.
Well, the top half of one at least.
I see you, Lizalfos.
Yeah. Nice.
Donk.
Underwhelming. Hey! How dare you?
Let's steal a seal. So this is one of the best things about the desert. You ride your shield using a seal. And again, because it's sand, this does no damage to your shield. You can do this infinitely. And you can just ride these around the desert. It's the best thing.
I think it does a tiny bit of damage when you start, but other than that... Because I did break a shield that had, like, no durability left doing this.
Action shot.
Yeah.
This is a quick way back to the bazaar.
Gotta get that cinematic camera going.
Oh, the seal does not like solid ground, though. They also don't like you. That's why I had to sneak up.
Wait a minute. That Gerudo isn't ripped. Also has a beard.
Yeah, I think it's a beard. I'm pretty sure, like, that's his actual skin tone. At first, I thought maybe he, browned up, which would be a lot worse. And, like, he'd just forgotten to cover his face. But yeah, that's a dude. He's cross-dressing.
No, those little, like, ah and ooh noises are somewhat masculine.
And that on its own is fine. I would actually welcome that. However, I have a few problems with how this overall plays out. Okay, the sexy desert music does crack me up. But yes, on one hand, I do look fantastic. Unsurprisingly, this is perhaps his most androgynous incarnation in Zelda. I'm not cisgender, and I'm not straight. For one, Link is not implied in any way to be anything other than cis male. So we are cross-dressing, and that would be fine. But this is also genuinely a deception. We are pretending to be a woman to sneak into an area that is only populated by women. Kind of awful in that sense. On the other hand, without majorly spoiling it, there are some Gerudo who figure out that you are a man, and none of them care. So there's also that. It's messy. It isn't how I would have necessarily played this out. It kind of cracks me up that the game to handle cross-dressing the most tastefully was Triforce Heroes. Because in that one, Link wears dresses and skirts, and nobody gives him guff. The one person who comments on your outfits only gives you compliments. And then you're just off having fun adventures. I'm not ashamed to say I wear the Gerudo outfit any chance I can, because I do love the outfit. And there is a benefit to wearing it. It does protect you from the heat. And one saving grace, at the very least, we aren't going into Gerudo Town just for kicks. We are actually in there because we need to in order to save the world. But the setup is not how I would have liked it. Also, I like how that lady's name was Kachu.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
I can see where the idea of a man putting on women's clothes just to invade a female-only space is not a good look.
Yeah, that's kind of the most fucked up thing for me, because it's the really bad take on the bathroom bill that you hear parroted.
That's the problem, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the awful, completely false stereotype that people have about trans people.
Yeah, exactly. What did you think of Link's coquettish pose when he was wearing the outfit?
I did appreciate that, actually, because it's like he appreciated being called cute.
Yeah, yeah.
He's clearly not embarrassed to be wearing this.
So I don't know. I'm willing to accept Link as, you know, for the purposes of this somewhat blank slate open world game, I'm willing to accept Link as somewhat gender fluid. That's maybe more deeper reading than the situation warrants.
Yeah.
Because it's Breath of the Wild, but I don't know.
Or at the very least, like, cis male, but doesn't really care about clothes.
Sure.
He's at least comfortable enough with himself. Didn't actually realize that.
Oh.
Gotta go precarious and not electrocute myself. This took me some tries.
Jeez.
I staced it and whacked it across the gap and then walked back myself.
I think I tried to use magnesis to hold it near the power source. I thought that was the way you were meant to do it, but I suppose tightrope walking across an electric cable works too.
Be with you in a minute, old man.
It's okay, I've been waiting 100 years.
10,100 at least.
I'm actually super embarrassed by this. Did you know, when I did this, I didn't actually realize that there was a power pad over there that you could just put the battery on?
Did you keep the battery? What did you do?
I magnesised it against all of those power nodes to energize the chain and move along. It was extremely finicky. See, I had this whole spiel saying, oh my god, this shrine is total bullshit, it's just such a hassle to do, but it turns out that actually, I just sat on my own balls, I guess. I had cheese for lunch and it never agrees with me. Oh, right in the oh no, oh!
And a fish wife to the rescue.
Thanks, Mifa.
It is my pleasure. You look great.
Sorry I'm
Oh god.
abusing your feelings for the sake of keeping myself alive so I can continue to kill.
Oh no, I almost ran into that.
Holy potatoes.
Looked like they were all watching something. Maybe there was like a sweet show going on in the desert.
Serpentine Young Link. Yeah, they were watching this friggin' idiot climb up rock spires. Oh,
I hear music.
I hear the obnoxious sound of a concertina.
Oh man.
Now it's even more obnoxious.
Is a deadbeat bird dad gonna give us another quest?
Pick up the friggin' tempo, Cass. Let's go.
And we can see how badly the Gerudo Desert has been gerrymandered.
Yeah, wow. So this is kind of the same thing as that pedestal outside Rito Village. There's a pedestal down here, and it doesn't activate until the shadow of the tower casts over it. Except we need to do something a little different than what we did with that one. So you need to wait a little while. This is sort of a callback to Ocarina of Time. After you'd completed the water temple, in order to get the fire arrows, you needed to shoot an arrow into the sun. And in this case, once the tower has crossed over this pedestal, or at least gotten close to it, we do the same thing, and that opens a shrine.
Hunt the most dangerous game. The sun.
You clearly missed. This is just a gimme. The sun is still alive.
Just give it 7 minutes, we'll see if it dies.
Well, the video ends in 2, so...
Oh, then maybe we'll never know.
Join us next time on The Sun Dies.
That's right. Join us for my 2-part series on how to taxidermy a celestial body.
Link, this is most immodest test of strength.
Link, do up your top button. This is, this is a modest test of strength, for God's sake.
Yeah, just I think called it a modest test of strength.
Like, how pissed would you be to know that your reason for being is to provide only a modest test of strength? I like to think that I'd give folks a run for their money, but maybe not. You know, maybe I am just a modest test of strength.
I don't feel like doing this. These are some pieces of this song that I'd never heard before.
Hooray!
It ain't great. It is nice and glowy.
It's a modest spear.
It's a very modest spear.
Well, let's see what we get for that modest challenge. Which it really wasn't.
Oh, what a modest reward.
Gotta tell you, I'm still salty about that major test of strength that gave you a knight's halberd.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, we won't be diving into the Divine Beast story for the desert just yet. I only really came down here to get the memory, and now that I have that in the Gerudo outfit, the next part will just be a bit of exploration, and then from part 21 on, I will be focusing entirely on the memories.
Ah, so now we'll get to see exactly all the hand-wringing and self-doubt and various hero's journey phases that Zelda went through.
And then there's a short memory of Link leaving the stove on.
It's the only one where his shocked expression after the memory makes sense.
It wasn't Ganon that caused calamity. Link started the Great Fire of Hyrule.
He had just a tin of beans on the stove, and it's been there for 100 years, just getting hotter and hotter and more pressurized.
It's still on! And it doesn't explode until he opens the door.
It's like Backdraft.
Leaves a crater 2 miles deep.
Only loses 2 hearts.
It releases the Calamity Beans. And then it meets Calamity Ganon. And then they get together, and Calamity Ganon releases a giant sphere of electricity.
It's a calamity can.
I would say we get some Calamity fan art.
Yeah. Please draw Calamity Chili.
Please look around your home and draw a Calamity regular object.
Is Calamity chilling the crack ship of Ganon in a can of beans?
Ew.
Please, maybe, draw Calamity Chili.
Show us your best fart.
Which can be caused by Calamity Chili.
Eek. Oh, bro.
Unsurprisingly, all the dudes around here are horny as hell.
Well.
So when the cute young lady that is me wanders up, they all get pretty awkward.
Of course.
Or he might have also just been screaming about the blood moon.
Yeah, I mean, if a red moon was rising over me, I'd be screaming nonstop.
Sounds like my kind of girl, actually.
So we found Hideo Kojima.
Hey, look at those designer glasses.
If you get him to spin in circles, he'll throw up.
Oh, cha-ching.
It's a big spender over here.
Well, considering the way that Thorn likes to carpet bomb the goblins.
Oh. Oh? Hmm?
GSC.
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 Oh.
Ah,
Oh man.
hello, my favorite armor in the entire game.
Oh god. I would like to get on Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Yep. If you ever wanted to dress Tiny Link out as either an adorable skeleton-themed luchador or perhaps some kind of gimp,
Here we are. And this is another place where we use luminous stones. We actually need to give her some in order to buy it.
Oh.
And unsurprisingly, you also use them to upgrade it.
Oh.
And it's kind of fun.
Oh.
I think only really at night when it's glowing. If you wear it and walk up to people, they'll be scared of you. Unsurprisingly.
Oh.
what's up, bro? I'm not weird. I'm not weird. He's so cute. Look at him. El Linkador. He's even got the wrestling boots.
It fits flatteringly, at least.
Well, he's got that swimmer's physique.
This is also a very nice set of armor. It's the Vo version of Gerudo clothes, since there's...
Oh.
I'm gonna assume that they don't have one every 100 years anymore. So, like, there's no reason to make Vo armor. And it's also illegal to sell them in town, which is why this is a secret club. But you can buy these. They work the same as the female Gerudo outfit, only this actually serves as armor, and you can upgrade it. You can't upgrade the girl's clothing. It also looks pretty cool.
There is absolutely no way to sneak into this town. Like, if you try and go in by air, like, you don't even get to touch down.
No.
They just shoot you out of the sky. Though they don't actually throw you out on your butt like other games.
Oh. Eh?
What the fuck is going on here?
What's that? I like this lady. She's just constantly crying about all the reasons some guy dumped her.
Hi.
No, actually, a lady with a beard gave me these.
And number 2.
No, lady, I'm a man.
Who looks better in this than you?
I mean, seriously, I'm like 120 years old. Give me at least a little credit.
Okay, but I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Mifa's grace is ready.
Thanks, Mifa.
Savo, fuck it.
Ruh-roh.
Ah.
Number 3. 3 strikes, nobody cares.
Oh.
It's still my only friend. Well, you are quite rare outside of the desert.
Ah.
Kids, don't waste your life. Just because people are looking doesn't mean they're going to be talking.
Oh.
That's right.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm just going to pull hearts out of the sky.
Hey, old lady, do you want to see a magic trick?
Where'd that piano come from? Nope, still shit. Still shit. Really shit.
Tricksy little hobbits.
I hope you got your popcorn, boys and girls, because it's movie night.
Hooray!
There's gonna be a whole lot of cutscenes.
Miss Thorne doesn't feel like fucking teaching today.
That would be me as a teacher.
Just watch YouTubes.
Frankly, kids, you'll learn more about life from Arrival than anything I'm gonna tell you today about math. So here's the problem with Link relearning his memories. We learn Link isn't a person.
These divine beasts. So much
He's just kind of a human-shaped
But if
brick.
we want to turn back Calamity Ganon, there are
Frankly, we
ways-
learn more about him by cooking.
And the fact that he likes to run around naked and shock people. The world's over! Manners don't mean anything! Woo!
Society's
Tell
collapsed.
me the truth. How proficient are you right now wielding that sword on your back?
What, you got something needs
Who
killing?
says that an ancient voice resonates
Fucking
inside
saved your
you?
life.
Starting to get a little bit itchy. Been a while since I killed anything.
I mean, yeah, there's an ancient voice. All it says is blood. Blood.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, mostly a reflection of my darkest, most bestial impulses, but yeah, I mean, it talks to me.
Use hydrogen peroxide to clean up blood.
How high on the piano can we go? Oh no, a string snapped.
Oh! Somebody get me a smaller and more obnoxious piano.
And a longer bench. I fell off this one.
Oh, it's too slidey. Blip!
Was that the new Mountain Goat single?
Yeah.
That cut doesn't look too bad, actually.
What, his?
For now. But you know, there's a fine line
Two
between
dead
courage and
Lionels.
recklessness.
God, I tried to fight one of them and it
As
ruined
brave
my
as you
day.
are, that does not make you immortal.
I mean, it makes me pretty immortal.
It
That's a
seems
lot of
that
Lionels.
not
That-
only
oh
is
my
the
God.
frequency of these types of attacks on the rise,
Oh, hang
but
on,
the
Blood Moon.
scale of beasts we are facing is intensifying as well. I fear that this is an omen which portends the return of Calamity Ganon.
I actually rode past one on my horse and it started spitting fire at me and then my horse was on fire.
I'm ready to expect
Oh.
the
Lionel's used to be easy? Damn it!
What? Oh, why was I so badass?
Yaha, what are you doing?
Yeah, haha, you zoned out. Ow.
Yaha, I stole all your fish.
I'm not a tiny Lionel. Please don't slay me.
There's one. Oh, and another.
Hope you don't mind, I brought my
The
orchestra.
flowers we have in Hyrule aren't just beautiful. They're also quite useful as ingredients.
They're perfect
a
for my
variety of
Instagram.
things.
I do enjoy how unashamedly nerdy Zelda is.
This one here is called the Silent Princess. It's a
Really,
rare
I'd love
and
to meet
endangered
one.
Species.
Oh.
Despite our is that the species will be strong enough to prosper on its own.
Well, you nearly died, so clearly you need help.
Is that what I think it is? Look at this. I don't believe it. but
This
I
bit is
actually
pretty great,
caught
though.
one. This delicacy is known to have very, very potent effects under the proper circumstances. Ta-da! Research from the castle shows ingesting one of these can actually augment certain abilities. We wouldn't be in a controlled environment out here, but with your level of physical fitness, you'd be a perfect candidate for the study.
Link, lick this toad.
Eat the frog.
Lick it, Linky Poo. Lick the toad. Prove that you're loyal to your princess.
Look it!
I hated licking that frog.
I much prefer boiling it alive with monster parts.
This And bottling it and letting it age for a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. You were mentioning that you made some frognog, didn't you?
I did.
Damn.
Oh,
It's important to separate your frog yolks from the frog whites first, though.
of course. I'm always way too rough with them, so I always end up just kind of like splattering the frog all over the place.
Speaking of splattering all over the place.
Oh, jeez. Come on. For two! For two! You can do it with a bomb.
Oh,
Oh! Oh! Hey! Yeah! You're hapless!
What's the opposite of a fadeaway? Because that.
So this is one thing I do like about the backstory of this. A lot of attention is given to Zelda as a character and this sort of crisis of identity that she goes through that is essentially forced on her by her father. It's a character study that Nintendo wouldn't usually go for, and I do appreciate it. The downside of this, you'll notice, none of these memories are actually about Link, but they're supposed to be his memories, and it's essentially false advertising.
But I don't know. I mean, like, the read I kind of get off of, Link's memories all kind of show that he's actually sort of super tragic as a character. He's like a dog, Like, all of his important memories are completely wrapped up in Zelda and her quest, and he just has completely subsumed his entire identity just for the sake of, her destiny, I guess.
That's a fairer rating than what I get, which is just they didn't care about Link.
Well, nobody cares about Link except for the Hub Hayaz.
Now, there's something really cool that you learn about in this stable that I didn't know about until way later. So we're going to be seeing that in the alternate route.
Is it where all these places get the same giant horse head statue? I mean, does it just come out of a catalog? Like when you open an Applebee's?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a franchise.
Thinking about it, you're kind of right. Wow! I live to sell. I'm selling everyone's horse.
What if I give you $4 right now, and you just give me the horse armor?
No, that time's long past. It gives you a horse loot box.
Oh, jeez, I hate video games.
And it just contains like 7
No.
basic untrained horses. And a half-chewed carrot.
So here's the first problem. Just trying to turn. Here's the second problem. Being anywhere near those poles while you're trying to jump over, your horse will not jump. These controls are so heavy on the horses. But if you want to get a minute and a half on this, you are just going to be panicking because you're just going to do something wrong. Or at least if you're me and you haven't perfected these awful controls.
The thing with the horse is you gotta understand that it acts like an animal. You're not actually in control of the beast. You just kind of gotta, like, give it the heading that you want it to go, and then trust that your little horsey will do the needful.
It's like controlling the animal version of a fan boat.
Yeah, exactly. Except it's a fan boat with a lovely little personality that goes on.
And apparently drifts.
That was not my fault.
No, Epona knew that you were fucking her up. She's like, oh geez, he's gonna ram me right into that thing, isn't he? Well, I'm not having any of it because I am a horse. No,
It's barely a slope.
no, I'm worried. I'm worried by this.
I'm gonna throw a shoe and then you're gonna shoot me.
Huh, no way, you're gonna bump me. You're gonna bump me and I'm not gonna like it.
This is genuinely the most frustrating thing I did this entire LP.
Saw what happened to Seabiscuit. I don't actually know what happened to Seabiscuit. Don't bother correcting me.
Pretty sure she got eaten by William H. Macy.
God damn it, Epona. This is why you died.
Oh, jeez. Always amuses me when folks get mad at animals for being animals.
It's a video game!
It's a video game animal.
Someone programmed this horse to be a pain in my ass. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Ruh-roh.
There it
Ruh-roh.
is. Oh no, 2 lasers.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, cutscene land.
You guys mind just hanging out for a minute?
Steve. Don't worry. Go into your fugue state. I'll blast the hell out of you when you're back.
I need confirmation to take the shots, sir.
The kingly crotch.
Do you know how the gossip mongers refer to you? They are out there at this moment, whispering amongst themselves that you are the heir to a throne of nothing. Nothing but failure.
Wow, that is a pretty deep rumor. Hello.
Woven into
Did
your
you
destiny
hear? The princess
to
sucks.
prove them wrong.
Wee! Man, even in the dialogue, the king's like, be single-minded, because that never leads to anything horrible.
Man, Boat Dad is a dick.
I mean, to be fair, though, she's like...
Oh, shit!
Whoa, hello.
I actually forgot about that.
Sorry, I was miles away.
Years away, even.
Oh, I like this one a lot.
It's another apparatus, not too bad. Unless you're... Well,
Nope,
Nope.
hold on.
if you're
nope.
incredibly lucky, then maybe.
I can't believe that you, Thornbrain, have bent it like Beckham.
First time coming down here after the Sheikah's already left. It's kind of creepy.
No, you may not be the new monk.
Go on, mummify yourself. Wait for the next one.
Oh, okay. Yes, you can.
Fuck being a hero. Leave it to someone else.
Right, just sit there and be a mentor. Oh, hello.
This is a little tougher.
Almost. Almost.
Working the motion controls takes some time. And also, if you touch the ball at all, you're not going to be able to hit it again. And it doesn't reset unless you completely stop using the apparatus, at which point it resets everything. However, where you've left the apparatus at will stay there, so you need to move the hammer back. I keep making that mistake. For this, you want to swing at an angle.
I forget. I know you're playing this on the Wii U. What control are you using?
The standard Wii U screen controller.
You gotta use the tablet.
Right. I assume you're playing it on a TV, though?
I have it connected to my computer. That's how I record the footage.
Because let me tell you, when you're trying to do that while you're rotating your actual screen, it's tough. It's me, Captain Stink Eye.
Looks a little more destroyed than Pora's lab was. It's got a lot more Guardian corpses just surrounding it. So of course I clear it out. There's also this huge pile of them over here. And yes, there is a ton of parts around here.
Yes, but is it art?
God, I love a good corpse pile. Art or not, I mean, it's just really amusing.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi.
Super good morning.
Oh. Wanna get married? Huh?
Here's Robbie. He's an interesting dude.
The eyes on those goggles, man.
I just noticed that.
It's like a grasshopper.
Okay, there you go. Take it all in.
It's sneaker time.
Yes, a number of scars. Fucking 0. Wow, wow.
I was modeled using the paint bucket tool, so I don't know what you're seeing.
This is why I like Robbie.
It's real good.
Hey,
Yeah, okay.
No.
Rock on.
Yes. And I'm Javert. Can't believe I said that.
Really getting into the spirit of the Akala Ancient Tech Lab.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm completely normal. Ruh-roh.
This is gonna be fun. Yes.
Oh.
No more Mecha Prime videos today.
And the vision that was planted in my brain.
Regularly, there hasn't been a Mecha Prime video in years, so... Yeah, it called you out. And then there's just a straight path up to the top. If you hadn't destroyed the Guardian, it would still be there. You might have to deal with that. And there might also be wolves along the way, like that one.
We'll save fire, though. Oh, no!
Oh my god!
Oh, no! You monster!
I'm not a monster, you are, Frollo.
Oh my god!
Huh.
Holy shit.
Wonder where that wolf got off to.
It's a lovely autumn day. It probably burned to death.
That always makes me chuckle.
And thankfully, you don't have to buy arrows one at a time. You can buy them in stacks. But there's some cool weapons here. A lot of the ancient weapons you buy here, I feel like, are reasonably durable.
Better than the Guardian ones, anyway.
Because these are fresh.
Sting's spending a giant ancient core on the shield, though. Super high damage. 44. It's crazy good.
Why are you not getting the blade saw? It's
There
the
it is.
blade saw.
But that's a hat that looks like a shrine.
How do you not want that? Because I'll be using arrows much more often.
I want to be a shrine man.
I will be buying the ancient armor set later.
And it costs a pretty penny.
It's not cheap, and it's pretty hard to upgrade, but like I said, level 4, that you can shrug off Guardian Blast. It's really good.
I do like the look of their lab. It raises a lot of questions.
I mean, they pretty much just moved into a lighthouse that had a pretty bad time in the Calamity.
And also like this. A little lawn chair. With a Korok on it.
Yeah, haha, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, haha, can you rub the lotion on my back?
Yeah, haha, I'm wasted again in Margaritaville.
Yeah, I pay rent! I feel like if Robbie listened to music, it would be like 80s synth pop.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Thomas Dolby. So here's what I was talking about easily BSing this.
Oh, yeah.
All those torches I lit on the way, those are still lit, including the one right up on the hill.
Three, two, one, sync. Oh, no.
Oi!
Pancakes?
Ah, biscuits.
I'm gonna do this so quickly, I'm not even gonna run for it. Okay, maybe I will.
Oh, I'm kind of digging this music.
I'll run not because I'm in a hurry, but because I'm impatient.
That's accurate.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild.txt. What are you, Pyro?
I wanna have fun.
I love grass fires.
Not even 30 seconds, lady.
I stopped to burn shit. So if you take more than 3 minutes, but you still do it, she just gets up and blows it out. No.
Try again!
And then just silently cries a tear. But I wanted to get that out of the way. Next time we will be returning to our other detour, seeing all the memories.
Little detour to meet Robbie, and now we meet ourselves.
Or at least we would if we were a character.
Oh, yep, sorry, I don't know. Meet Zelda's lapdog.
Or just a blank slate that no one bothered writing on.
We're a blank Sheikah slate.
Somebody factory reset us.
Stuck a pen right in our back hole.
Held it down for 15 seconds.
You see, the downside is, in one of the cutscenes from last time, she talks about our father. Wouldn't it have been interesting to see our father?
Probably.
To learn about our connection with him? Wouldn't it have been interesting to actually see our childhood with Mifa, maybe, if only briefly, instead of just this one cutscene of us sitting on top of an elephant?
Yeah, they didn't really have a lot of time for memories, I guess. But I mean, this story's about Zelda. It's not about Link.
It's not the Legend of Link.
Right.
Well, that's the annoying thing, then. We should just be playing as Zelda. These aren't our memories, these are Zelda's. The character arc is hers. The emotional center is her.
I know, they're so desperately close to a fresh, progressive, interesting take on this series, but just not quite there.
They just won't take that last step.
Just the last logical step.
I went ahead and resummoned Epona using my amiibo. Actually showing the whistling, because I've never done that before. I've never had need to. And now I'm gonna kill her.
What are you doing?
Huh.
Okay, you are history's greatest monster.
Well. Why are you killing your horse? Why are you doing it?
We're about to find out. And also, because this is kind of funny.
Don't ragdoll your horse.
Oh my god.
That is disrespectful. No, come
Boing.
on. Oh.
Okay, maybe Calamity Ganon is not the worst thing.
Once you've killed those bokoblins on the horses, you talk to this lady, you complete the mission, and then she actually tells you about a place where you can resurrect horses. The god of horses.
Alright.
No name, just a title.
I'd like to be known as the god of something.
You can be the god of cuties.
Hey, alright.
The G of pigs.
So here you are on a stolen horse.
Well, its owner's dead.
This horse is garbage. Look at that 2 sprint.
Scared of birds? What's wrong with you, horse?
Probably also scared of being murdered in the butt.
With a Lionel bow? Yeah. Don't really have a great track record here. Killing horses of legend. Epona, 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 get fucked.
Yeah, this seems like it shouldn't work. And then it did perfectly.
Great job. Hole in one. Yeah, haha, I know what you did.
Well, I can't leave him alive then.
My god.
That worked out pretty good, Thorn. I'm pretty happy with how that bit went.
Man, Epona in the butt with a Lionel bow. That is the weirdest game of Clue I've ever played.
Looks like it's another great fairy, a secret great fairy, one that does not upgrade your equipment, but just brings your horses back.
What the hell? This is completely new to me.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to like what happens next.
It's me, sweet boy. Only if you listen to my crimes.
I don't know about losing.
What about murdering for demonstration purposes, Melania?
If anyone asks you what a life is worth, the answer is 1,000 rupees.
Oh, I was expecting a big gnarly hoof to reach out or something.
That would be pretty good.
You may not necessarily be disappointed.
Oh, tell me she's wearing that stupid meme horse head.
Completely realistic.
Yes? Yes?
Come on. Show me the money. Show me the goods.
Oh, come on. Ooh, da lolly!
Oh, I'm horrified. Are you horrified? I'm horrified.
So it's 2 disembodied hands and a horse mask on a spine. You can just barely tell. I like the background music. It's a mixture of the Great Fairy Fountain and Epona's song.
Oh! Wanted to see if it would drop Epona meat.
Need to take a picture of it for the compendium.
Eponymate recovers stamina. It was an incredible accident.
You should put back a flashback to what you just did.
Hello, cliched sadness song. I shot my horse right in the bum.
So long.
Bye.
Hi, Epona. So we need to talk, huh? There's like two different carrots. One of them is food, and one of them is like horse food, right? Or am I just insane?
Beep, beep.
Excuse me, you little cutie. Maybe I'm insane. It's been a while.
Also, there are just Endura carrots around that thing, so.
Hello.
This is something a couple of people have told me about doing. It turns out there's good reason I haven't tried to flip a Guardian over using Cryonis, because it doesn't fucking work. It kind of wobbles around constantly.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Whee!
Oh! Ah, you see, that's the problem. Guardians wobble, but they don't fall down.
Almost.
No!
Stay there.
Come on!
Yay!
Hooray! Good enough.
God damn it.
Oh, son of a biscuit.
Oh, wow, that was much more effective, and it only took one swing. Oh, you're sneezing.
It's too cold against my bottom. Achoo, achoo.
I mean, would you like someone spawning a giant ice brick on your nether bits?
Me? I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah, careful who you ask.
Oh? Oh? Oh?
It's magic.
And if you're wondering why my heart count jumped dramatically, it's because that first recording with Melania was actually recorded back when I did alternate part 4, but then I realized we hadn't gotten to that stable yet.
Oh.
But you ate the shield.
Oh, it's nice.
There's your fucking shield.
Good thing you missed. That would have shot my head off. Now, the rusty shield was clearly a knight shield, but he only gave me a traveler shield. But the thing I wanted was a Moblin mask. He sells monster masks. I feel like what masks he has depends on how far you are into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll recall, when we went to light the furnace for Robbie, there were a bunch of Moblins around. So this is a good place to check out. Can I actually use this mask to essentially cheese this whole journey?
That mask is adorable. What's up, bro?
Moblin seems to think so.
Hey, how's it going?
They are not able to tell that I'm not a Moblin.
Oh, you're pretty cute.
They do tend to follow you around, though.
What are you up to?
I mean, you're clearly a baby moblin.
You wanna hang out? Where's your mom? Do you need some help? Are you lost?
You little cutie.
Yeah, stick your nose in there.
Come on, you little cutie.
Oh dear.
No! Oh no!
And once you've hurt them, then they're able to tell you're not a Moblin.
Betrayed by a cutie.
The worst.
Now, the downside with the mask, it only works on Moblins. I would need to wear a Bokoblin or Lizalthos mask in order to convince one of them.
Yeah, but you could like roleplay as them.
One cool thing, it also works on the stall Moblins.
Baby Edgar, is that you? It's me, Grandma.
So, same thing that I did with Pura, lighting the torch early.
Oh god, it's a moblin. Get it out of here. Kill it. Kill it.
Ah, that's right. As you can see, I've grown extremely strange during my hibernation.
Had to get that in there. Hi, Lionel. I just killed you last time in the alternate route. Let's actually fight you. They cannot hear you with the chic outfit, which I appreciate.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo horse lion.
Surprise, mother fluffer.
How's that feel on your spine?
Link flies, motherfucker.
Oh, that's not even spot. Oh, he's gone now.
Yeah, that's what ancient arrows do. If it's not a guardian, it just evaporates.
Oh.
So there's actually a shrine quest in order to get to that one. It's actually really easy.
Yeah. It's a long climb if you try going from the bottom, but why would you do that?
Yes, why would you do that?
So I guess the appropriate question would be, why did you, Yami?
I mistake persistence for skill.
Ah! Well, keep at it long enough.
You play Dark Souls.
Oh!
That would have been a sick burn, but I just ate a fireproof lizard.
Those are elixirs, not food.
There's like a Zelda version of I'm rubbery or glue.
Yes.
So, speaking of attracting monsters. Oh no.
The fact that it's not a voice just makes it sound incredibly blasé in my head. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Whoa,
I don't think we've seen
whoa.
this before. Flocks of geese. There's a band you didn't want to see.
You know, I think when it's geese, it's probably a swarm, and I think that's only because I don't feel a sense of wonder at a large number of geese.
I believe a group of geese is called an annoyance.
Oh, wow, I can't believe this is the last tower.
I believe it is. I think I got the Elden one, didn't I?
Well, I know exactly what sound effect we need to do to commemorate this final droplet of information.
Well, like, you do yours, I'll do mine.
Okay.
We'll decide in editing whose is better.
Alright. Hooray! Wow, I can't believe we have the whole map.
Yeah. There is the entire world. Ignore the parts of the world outside of where we are that we can't access, but that is the world. One of the biggest maps in video games so far. At least with unique locations. Like, the first two Elder Scrolls do not count. Ooh, durians.
Ooh, yep.
I imagine a durian would smell better if you burned it first.
Yeah. The trick is you burn it to ash, and then it smells fine.
And then you throw it away without smelling it. Keep far away from me. And also, maybe take out these keys for me. That'd be great. And these chews. Come on, be a deer. Hey! It worked okay. So you could use just a metallic weapon or anything, but I'm just gonna use this block. Put it down on this giant mound and wait for lightning to strike. Surprise, it's a shrine.
Hooray!
Yeah, I stink!
Yeah, it's a blessed harvest this year. Yeah, that's my wife.
She also stinks.
I love my stinky wife.
Said the vicar to the bishop.
I love how tidy you are.
That I have some kind of hoarding problem.
It's because I thought there was a puzzle here. Like, I need to stuff these chests into that hole. I didn't. Oh. That's what I needed to put in there.
Oh, a small iron stone.
Doyoyoing is right.
Yeah, why'd you put all this shit in my puzzle?
I don't know why I thought that would work. I think they expect you to use stasis.
Sounds difficult.
There might have actually been a cannon behind you. I don't know. This one is not sticking in my mind. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Why would you ever do that?
Because canon.
Oh!
I mean, you're pretty much going to fail at least once to figure out, what the path of the ball is.
Yeah.
I mean, just put it on one side or the other of the cannon, and you'll be good.
I parred the hole as far as I'm concerned.
You got the chest.
And keeping in mind I didn't even use the shot put for the other one, I basically averaged out to 1.
Technically, it's a hole in 0.
I dropped the ball, and my trained doggy picked it up and trotted over to the hall and dropped it in.
A friendly muskrat held it in the hole.
A short-sighted eagle thought it was a turtle of some variety.
It's Yami, the worst beastmaster in the world. Yes, yes, yes! You bloody beauty.
Right.
Not quite enough leverage. There we go.
Holy crap.
Hey.
I missed that completely. Not bad.
You know, I want to say did I give up on that one? I don't remember getting it. But I'm sure I've used that solution.
I think you gotta get it, like, right on the tip of the totter.
Yeah. Right in the tip of the totter.
Gotta teeter as hard as you can.
Teeter as hard as you can tot. And we're here because there is a secret spring.
Ooh.
Players of Skyward Sword might recognize this. So along with Lon Lon Ranch, another one of the more direct visual references to a previous game. Unsurprisingly, there are 3 of each. The Spring of Power is where I need to bring Dinral's scale, and then I just drop it in the water. Doing that sort of proves something that I can shoot a dragon. And that opens the way to another shrine.
You can quite literally hit the broadside of a barn.
A floating, flying, skinny barn.
Right, you know, a barn that is the object of terror and worship amongst the credulous, but a barn natheless. Take your stupid eggs, stupid priest birds. See you make a new generation now. So long, Dan Hesho. Okay.
That was more of a Davy Hesho. Dan Hesho's like, he's a modest boy.
I mean, he doesn't like to make a big deal out of things.
What's a minor? A Danny-O Hesho?
That's Mikey Hesho. Nobody likes Mikey, he's a little bit slow.
I mean, he's only got one arm.
It's because he tried to get fresh with a grain thresher. That's our Mikey.
Always fucking machinery.
Come on, you're a robot, I'm a robot.
And still the holy powers have proven deaf to my devotion.
What?
Please, just tell me. What is it? What's wrong with me?
And Hailey is just like, no comprendo. No hablo inglés?
Sorry, I only speak Korok. So yeah, that's actually really sad.
Yeah.
Zelda has been forced to dedicate her life to one thing she doesn't want, and she's getting nothing out of it.
Don't you love when things don't go your way and folks tell you it's because you didn't pray hard enough?
That was probably overkill. But overkill was fun. Except it didn't work, I just need to hit it.
Your advice was quite helpful, thank you. This little one and I are getting along quite well now. At first, I wasn't sure if I should outfit him with all of the royal gear. I thought maybe he should have to earn it first. But it works. He wears it like a true natural. I'm trying to be a bit more empathetic. Benefit of the doubt, you know?
Well, it is a horse.
Zelda needs to not be like Thornbrain.
Do not shoot your horse in the ass, Zelda.
Mountain.
This fucking horse isn't doing what I want!
Man, you smell weird.
Yeah, I don't like that beetle. I think he's weird. Not the best horse.
He's a pretty good horse, he's just being an asshole.
I mean, the stats are pretty mediocre. What? Skippy?
What was it you just said? He's being a something?
Well, thank goodness I had a fireproof lizard. Huh? Okay. Alright.
Get that corn out of my face. I like how my horse has a little mohawk going.
It's not really a royal family anymore.
Yeah, this is the royal horse of legend. I named it Skippy?
It's like me realizing what I named it. I named it Skippy?
Huh? That's a stupid name for a mammal.
And they're all just Metal Gear Solid guards. Huh? Skippy?
It's me! I mean... Oh, I look beautiful. Truly. Truly I have come into my own in this Let's Play.
You are now a princess horse.
The royal shields all over your butt really do it for you.
Do you guys remember Skippy Granola? He's back, in horse form.
Is that up or down the karmic ladder for you?
Oh, that is a definite upgrade. I mean, I got like 2 legs right now, but imagine if I had 4.
Well, don't trip, because you saw what happened to Epona.
Oh no. I don't have to sit here and take these threats. I'm gonna go eat a bag of oats.
I was gonna say, you might have some trouble doing woodwork, but you could just chew on the wood.
Exactly. I'll develop a hoof plane.
Bespoke artisanal nod wood.
That's what I get Klausy to do. It's outsider art. Congrats on the horse. Thanks for naming it after me.
You're welcome. There's one other horse that I want to get, which I'm gonna name after Yami.
Well, of course.
Make it nice and smooth.
It's a donkey, isn't it?
I wish.
It's the king of horses.
Wow, okay. Let me go break into my lizard stocks.
I meant I wish and that I'd love to have a donkey, but no.
I'm not allowed to have donkeys.
I think you'd be quite happy with the horse that I find.
Got me all excited.
Stay tuned, my friend.
I'm on to tizzy for more Breath of the Wild.
You're really excited to see your horse Sona.
It's my horse stand.
You will actually find out not too long from now. It's in part 33.
Right.
Look forward to it, people. I know I am.
Stay tuned, gentle viewers.
In the meantime, we've got at least one more part centered around memories. So continue to enjoy being sad.
Oh.
But then be happy because I'm a horse!
Horses!
Skippy?
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 It's me.
It's me, ka-chunk! Ah! My spine!
It's Skippy Granola.
Glue Nola.
Yeah, sounds like I was gargling glue for that one.
These threats will not stand.
I wasn't supposed to eat paste. Why is it non-toxic?
Yummy, please don't eat my paste.
Oh. I don't like this show anymore.
I want to do something that I'd sort of teased a long time ago. You remember the Coliseum. And you remember there being a Lionel in there, a particularly difficult Lionel.
Yeah.
Well, by this point, I've wrecked over a handful of them. I think I could take this on now. But I'm me. I'm going to take it on from the back.
Of course. There is no honor in Hyrule.
It's not just the Lionel, though. Every level of it is surrounded by decently strong monsters. So I'm gonna stealth this.
I find that they won't jump down to fight you necessarily, but some of them have bows.
That's pretty cheap, having the audience help you in your combat when you're a giant horseman.
Lionels have no sense of honor.
You just said there's no honor in Hyrule.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, I guess they're fine.
It goes both ways, man.
Maybe something that will kill them faster.
Yep, that'll do it.
Much faster.
That was super effective.
Bonk.
Yes, please.
Basically, no good spears here.
No, but you can pick them up and, like, throw them at the Lionel.
Yeah, I want his attention right now.
And I swear, I have like a lifetime of wishing spears were good in games.
Right?
I always want them to be good, and they never are.
Which is ridiculous, because getting stabbed with a halberd would probably hurt.
Yeah.
You can tell by the music. Despite him still shooting at me, he doesn't see me anymore. It's a little bizarre, I don't know why the music cut out.
Just really localized thunderstorms.
I guess, because I don't know how they're getting under the floor.
I guess now you know how these guys feel when you sneak up on them out of nowhere. Just, who's shooting me? This is so annoying.
It's kind of a useful way to tell just how far the Lionels can see you. Because that will be coming up. At least the soonest I can think of. I did buy the DLC, but keep in mind I recorded everything up to part 51 before. So we're not going to be seeing that until afterwards.
Yeah, mule, yeah!
But around that point it will show like how the Lionel mask affects the Lionels, because it's not the same as the Moblins.
Can you ride them like a steed? Get on my back, tinier Lionel. I see you're missing 2 of your legs.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. You know, what's interesting about the Lionels is that they're basically world bosses, right? They're easily on a tier with the Hinoxes and the, you know, Taluses and things, but they don't get the boss health bar.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I mean, in my experience, these guys are way harder than the other 2.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, the other 2 are like, they're like boss-balanced kind of thing. They have a weakness, and if you exploit the weakness, then they take a bunch of damage, whereas these guys are just... You've been hacking at them for days.
I mean, their face is technically a weak point, and also the back of the head if you can hit it.
Nope.
Like I'm doing right now.
There it is.
Even then, you're plugging away at them with shock arrows, and it's not doing much.
Like, look how little damage that did.
Hug me. Nope.
And those were triple shock arrows, too.
Yeah, and when he hits you, it does that.
Yep.
This is one of my favorite tricks. When you jump on their back and just smash them with your weapon. After like 5 hits, you backflip off of them. But then you can go into slow-mo and keep shooting them with arrows. So you can get a little bit more of their health out.
Ah. Very nice.
I mean, I know every little bit helps, but he is made of lots of little bits.
Yeah. But not anymore.
Yay.
You did it!
Until the next blood moon.
Well, eventually, you know, you just get these guys on farm and get their sweet, sweet, pulsy guts. Mmm. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I found one normally.
Da-da-da-da.
Hey, star bits.
Yeah, I love those star bits.
Find 599 more and feed them to a hungry Luma.
That's right. Time to eat. What are you guys doing up there? Oh, you interrupted their chess game.
And also interrupted the frame rate.
Yeah, I gotta say.
They were sitting there playing Thud.
I've been a bad boy and I'm in trouble. For most people, this will probably be the first time that you meet a certain type of someone.
Oh, what's up, traveler?
Why is his face so small?
Because he was abducted by aliens, and they gave him small face syndrome.
Ah, I hate that. There's no cure for that. It's terminal.
Raiden. It touched my heart. This was my first introduction to the Yiga.
That was an awfully big lead up there to whatever
Yeah.
this is. Give me your nanners, you piece of crap.
This looks like a job for overkill. Thank you for standing in water. Ow, my toe.
A suspicious rock.
Yeah, I live in terror.
Where are you going? Link? I can't swim.
Why do you free me and then leave me?
Hello? Do you want to hang out?
I have X vs. Sever on DVD.
I remember first time I played, I didn't realize there was a second gate much further away from Kakariko. So like, I thought what I had to do is I had to stand in front of that first gate and take a selfie.
Oh!
Okay, no, we're millennials, but selfies aren't the answer to everything.
Hey, we let's played Wind Waker, and we proved you wrong.
Now, champions, to your divine beasts, show that swirling swine who's boss.
Just cuts immediately to them all
Head
dead.
on when we attack. This needs to be a unified assault. Little guy, you get to Hyrule Castle.
Grow a little taller on the way.
You can count on us for support, but it's up to you to pound Ganon into oblivion.
Pounding into oblivion is what I do best.
Band practice.
I had that dream where I was in front of all the champions and I was naked.
They called me little guy. It's extremely upsetting.
Nope. Still nope. Damn it.
It's just, I don't know, something about the Nadra fight just seems really profoundly sad.
Well, by this point, you've probably seen the other dragons if you haven't actually gotten their scales or anything.
Yeah, you're most likely to have seen Farosh if you're going the quote-unquote intended route. Oh, hello.
Give me your kiss.
I've gotten knocked down the mountain exactly by that. Just clipped me in the back of the head with a toe, and I went tumbling down. It was very embarrassing.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Still remains.
God damn it, Mecha Prime. Oh,
Aha.
nice shot.
Yeah, when this started, I got real worried that I was just have to like chase them all over the area.
You kind of do.
It's a very long route.
Sort of, but then they start circling one of the peaks and...
Clipping through a tree.
Link, he's trying to lose us in the trees. Can you get a visual?
I think another thing I like about this music, it sounds like a corrupted version of the dragon theme.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Thank you, fishwife.
Sure.
Nope.
Why did you try to shield surf at the very end there?
I don't know.
Trying to block the ground.
Sure.
Trying to perfect parry the ground.
Yes. Hyrule just goes spinning off into space below you.
Look, if Captain America can do it.
Hey, Nadra, how you doing? Puff. Oh, you're so pretty now.
Yeah, it was just one of those exfoliating masks that just really got away from him.
This one you need to shield surf.
Got to do it. Look at Link shredding the gnar.
Question for this one is, will Miserloo give you a copyright strike?
Oh. Yes, it will. Dick Dale is an asshole.
This is a secret that someone in Hateno tells you about. There's a line of trees that points you in this direction.
Yeah, I don't think you talked to the person, but you pointed out the trees. Oh, nice, though.
Yes.
Yeah, needed these.
Do you have the whole climbing set now?
Yes, I do. I look a bit more like a construction worker than a climber.
Do you look like you're going to Burning Man?
Yeah, you do kind of look like the kind of dude who would pick up girls at a climbing wall.
Subsist entirely on granola and pretentiousness.
Hey, watch your mouth.
I didn't even think of that.
Pretentious granola.
Oh, well, I never.
Mwah.
If you'll excuse me, I will be in my atelier. Nice. $100?
You're poor all of a sudden.
What did you buy anyway?
I don't remember.
Was that the shit ton of bomb arrows from the Gerudo town?
That probably put a dent into it, but I don't think it was all of it.
Did you get drunk and start ordering shit off Amazon?
I do that without getting drunk.
You guys don't understand. I needed that full boxed set of MASH. Yes, I'm aware they play it on TV all the time.
I think TNT just shows it on odd days.
Right. Whenever they need to, like, pack some holes in their lineup.
Or they need to take a break from Law and Order. God, that joke is ancient. I don't even know if it makes sense anymore.
You know, I'm good with it. I got it, and that's what counts. We're equally old.
Go team.
Go, yeah, sure. Don't high five too hard, you'll throw my back out.
You hurt my hand.
The last bit of my sleeve that didn't have mud on it.
Great.
Thanks, princess.
Well, excuse you, princess. Hey!
Ending it on a sad note.
We collected the whole set. I mean, we basically knew how it ended anyway.
Yeah.
It's the problem with prequels.
What do you mean already? It's part 31.
It is in my bedchamber, young man.
God, no. Aha, there it is.
Hey! It's nice. It's some of the most defensive armor in the game.
Yeah, you need to upgrade it to get it there, but... It also has a cool other ability. While you're wearing it, you can actually see your enemy's health bar. As in, the exact numerical value of their HP. Pretty useful for when you're fighting Lionels.
Also, I like the look of it. It's kind of interesting that they didn't, you know, give you the usual green tunic.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, yeah, saying how would be a spoiler, though. So, remember, you need to take a picture of the picture, which is kind of silly. But remember to do that before coming out here, otherwise the memory won't be here.
Oh, because Link needs to look at something.
Right.
His memory is, well, you know.
Yeah. Here we are, folks. Final memory.
Oh.
It's such a pretty place to have it. So you know it's going to be hell.
No big deal, just looking at friggin' Instagram at Gettysburg, or whatever.
Hashtag war selfie.
Yellowstone National Graveyard. This is more of the cutscene I would have liked to see for the last one. Things actually happening.
All Link remembers is Zelda, because he loves her.
Save yourself. Go. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Run.
Nope, I ain't done killing yet.
I love the way they glow.
They're so threatening for something that looks like an ice cream cone upside down. Oh. Okay. Thanks, Zelda. You know, I had this, but whatever. Just go ahead and press your win button.
Was that?
So yeah, that's all it took for Zelda's power to unlock. Love.
Because she loves him.
And he's dead.
Link, get up. You're just fine.
Shut the
I have ground beef where my organs used to be.
You're literally holding my brain in right now.
And also keep me from breathing, thank you. Fee, you're supposed to be dead!
Sword.
Oh, Link, you're getting a call.
So he can
What? Oh, sorry.
be saved.
Oh, there's a 22.7% chance that he'll survive if you can submerge him in goop.
Princess, are you all right?
Take Link to the Shrine of Resurrection. If you don't get him there immediately, we are going to lose him forever. Is that clear? So
Hey, neither of them are
go.
Pura or
His life
Impa.
is now in your hands.
Yeah, where the fuck are they?
That's a wasted opportunity.
What, you were expecting Impa to go hopping along like friggin' Yoda?
Yes.
All zipping around? Don't tell me that she would have been 100 years younger. No, she's always looked that old. She was born looking that old.
You have recovered all of your memories of us from 100 years ago. I am here, inside Hyrule Castle.
And your heart!
It is now time for you to defeat Ganon.
No, I've still got a good 20 plus parts.
No, it's not time at all.
It's absolutely not.
I am literally only halfway done.
I have not yet ridden a deer, Zelda. I'm not going to go to my death without riding a king of the forest.
But hey, at least I now know who I really am. Except I fucking don't. Skippy, your problem with the backstory is it's just a generic JRPG plot. My problem with it is they're not Link's memories. They're Zelda's memories, and Link is a brick who has no personality. Like, they just say that he has a family, he has a personality. Like, we do see when he cooks and when he eats food. Obviously, he loves food, and that's not relevant to anything. It's a wasted opportunity to actually have Link be a character, or to have Zelda be the main character, because the story is hers. And it's such a backstep, especially after Skyward Sword. Like, I have so many problems with Skyward Sword. The story isn't one of them. I actually liked how much personality and how much of a personal journey Link had. And in this one, he has nothing. It's such a backstep.
I mean, there's no Groose for him to play off of. It's a problem. I mean, that's a joke, and seriously, like, there's nothing for him to play off of. Like, he can't really develop a personality because, I mean, he's Zelda's protector, yeah, but he needs something else. Like, he doesn't have a foil.
I don't know. Even in Skyward Sword, right? You know, you can tell Link's a wood carver. He's got hobbies and stuff. That's cool. This is just like, what does he do? He buys a house, fills it with weapons, fills it with furniture that isn't his.
Oh, he was a knight, and he can wield the Master Sword. Yeah, I knew that before I got to GameStop.
It seems like if there's just one or two more memories of just Link younger, or even like maybe at some point before Zelda and Link had met professionally, that would be kind of cool. I was like, that would sort of finish the story for me. I guess it's one of those cases of they put so much work into the world and the gameplay. If the story of itself weren't so weak, this would be by far my favorite Zelda, putting away my nostalgia and appreciation for Majora's Mask, which even after LPing through it, and I had so much trouble with the dungeons, I still put up as my number one favorite game. In this case, it sticks out so much for how weak the story is. Like, it is remarkably weak in multiple ways. It's so plain. And Breath of the Wild is sort of a nebulous return to the original Zelda on the NES, which was just an open world with a pretty thin story. But I'm not sure that they meant to go with a thin story. They clearly meant for there to be a lot of weight to it, at least regarding the characters. They focused on Zelda, but they forgot to frame it around Zelda.
Yeah, it suffers from, the open world problem where they're trying to make everything feel really critical, and this is a hero's journey, but also, why don't you go shield surf down a mountain? Why don't you ride a bear? Why don't you hilariously drop a rock on a Yiga? You know what? Why don't you do that? It's okay, we'll get to Zelda sooner or later.
When it comes to that, even Skyrim did it better because, like, the lack of direction, you need to kill dragons to get more powerful before you can do something. This is kind of implied, go get the Divine Beast now. Do it now.
Gotta do it. Zelda can't hold on much longer. Every minute you dilly-dally is another minute that Zelda's gotta hold off this primal force of destruction.
It is sort of clever that most of the cutscenes are just flashbacks. The story is sort of already over, so in that way, you're not too pressed. Like, they do still want you to go get the Divine Beasts, but you're not sitting waiting for cutscenes that are happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost Dark Souls-ish in that way, in that all the big stuff's already happened, so it's not necessarily you doing things, it's more you discovering things.
Putting the pieces back together.
Right.
Can't believe the Breath of the Wild is just pecking through the carcass of a dead world.
There are a lot of things I do like about this story. I do like how dark they went with it. Link and Zelda fucking lost. Ganon won. Zelda sealed Ganon away for 100 years, but Hyrule is gone, and it's very clear that so much destruction was wrought. Link essentially died. They saved him at the last second. It took 100 years for him to come back, but at that point it was too late. The character arc that Zelda has is much more personal and deeper than Nintendo had really tackled before. There's a lot you can read into about personal identity, her father forcing her into this one mold when she wants to be something else, and that actually stifles what the father wants to accomplish. It's an interesting take. Woohoo, that's, aside from actually getting the Divine Beasts, that's the backstory taken care of. That's the big chunk of the story done. So now it's just fun from here on out.
Now we know where we've been. All that matters is getting where we're going.
Excluding the memories you get from going through the story. They do count as memories, but still.
I mean, it's memories of when your friends died, so...
Great memories.
Do we want them?
I'm gonna go rewatch the one about Rebellion.
Oh man, I just have that set. That's how I go to sleep every night.
Reminder, I have the Link and Sheik amiibos from Smash Bros. Also Ganondorf. I think I got that from one of the Link amiibos. I was pretty pleased with that. I also had 2 Links from Breath of the Wild. There's also Wolf Link in Midna, which I'm not using because that summons Wolf Link.
Now see, if I were doing this, I would run ahead too soon. Get my head bashed in.
Oh!
Nice.
I'm even happier with that. Kashik's always been one of my favorite characters in Zelda. And it goes with my Sheik outfit. In more ways than one. I'm pretty much going to be wearing that forever.
Okay, now you're just carpet bombing them.
Jeez. What is this guerrilla warfare?
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Congratulations on violating the Geneva Convention.
Really?
Apparently.
Really? Come on. Holy potatoes, those little guys are sturdy.
Reminds me of the old, I think it was a Call of Duty video, where the person playing sneaks up on another player and then, like, messages him through Xbox Live, says, hey, turn around. And then shoots him in the face.
So this is a set of 4 islands, named after a group of characters from Wind Waker, actually. Though they specifically misspelled them, with, like, 1 letter switched. Not gonna say who yet. We'll probably see if I ever look at the map. God damn it.
I knew that was gonna happen.
No! Robbed!
Yes, you're on Korok Island! Kill us, bitch! Ow!
Hacks.
Yeah, that was cheap!
Yeah, I probably shouldn't give you this one. Oh, I wish you hadn't looked down. Oh, God. Oh, these ore deposits can't be worth it.
Nope. Gotta attack down.
Oh, no! Oh, jeez.
Hey, at least I'm not looking down.
Oh,
No, now I am.
God. Go. Nice. Whew.
I think Skippy just lost his biscuits.
Okay, I'm good. I'm fine.
Skippy made some granola.
I am completely fine.
Little granola came out.
I just. Can
Breathe.
we get out of here, please?
Why do we all live here?
I don't know.
Nobody will find us on this island, oh no!
Oh, our secret clubhouse. We just wanted to gorilla fish.
Hey, my schizophrenia is cured.
Oh, wonderful. One flew over the Boko's nest.
You're thinking of the Kuko.
That is, yes, that is much better.
You're right.
Point to Thornbrain.
Sorry. I set them up. You vastly improved them.
The Thomas Edison of jokes.
That's right.
Okay, I resent that.
Ooh,
Yeah, I saw what you did with that elephant.
it's true. You have not been kind to elephants.
Hey, there was a fish lady stuck in it. Promise it takes so long to be able to move forward. You're a cheating bitch!
Why not just set a grass fire?
You can do that too.
That's your answer to everything.
Oh, oh, oh.
Dang it, I was accidentally radical. When I found this, I grabbed the orb, ran along, and I noticed there were monsters. So, alright, set the orb down, kill the monsters, rinse and repeat. All the way around the spiral. Well, halfway around the spiral. Because then it started thunderstorming. Everything I owned was metal. So what started as a very measured, sedate, turned into me running and screaming with the orb held over my head.
I believe that's what they call emergent gameplay.
And I had one other fun thing. We didn't see them, but there are a couple bokoblins. Oh,
Don't throw my ball!
that's why I always set it down before I came in. But we passed them by, but there's a couple bokoblins on horseback.
Yep.
And so one of them was just, idly riding around. He sees me, points at me, yells, urges his horse on, directly into the water where they both drown.
Turns out the true story is the memories that we make along the way. Throw arms at guys. Do it.
Octoroks are kind of stupid good at leading their shots.
Serpentine.
This is pretty much what it looked like for me.
Except with a thunderstorm
Yes.
and a gently crackling trail of ionized terror piss.
Pretty much, yeah.
Skippy broke his biscuits.
It's the doofiest looking little Korok.
Yeah, oh my god, my flash!
Imagine this off-putting little man just showing up outside of town asking you for monster bits. Got any hacked off monster bits, kid?
Is that weird? Do you not have Walmart where you live?
I do want to buy at least one monster extract, because you can make an interesting cake with that.
Ew.
And I imagine something else, but I only know about the monster cake. I definitely want to buy the masks. They're all quite useful for sneaking around. Though, as a reminder, in case you haven't seen Alternate Route Part 5, the masks only work on those specific monsters. A bokoblin will not be fooled by a moblin mask. And also, you can buy equipment for your horse. The reason I sold so much monster parts and got that much mon is because he does get newer items later, including a very cool Shadow Link set. And I definitely want to get that.
Oh dang, I'm gonna have to seek him out then.
Yeah, absolutely. If you finished off all the divine beasts, you can get his entire stock, and it's all pretty good. Ooh.
Well, let me just do some inventory management on this thing's chest.
Oh.
Look at that not very threatening camel.
Who's that Pokemon?
I don't give a shit.
Oddish.
The correct answer is, I don't give a shit.
Fuck!
The construction of it all is pretty awesome. Just the puzzle sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool area. At least you didn't need to, like, learn their life stories and then answer trivia questions based on them.
Excuse me.
I will take most hated things in video games for 500. And I went to school for 16 years, so I don't have to take any more tests.
Ah, but my friend, all of life is a test.
Yeah, but life is pass-fail. And eventually, everyone fails.
Oh, I like it. It's bleak. This is very Tom Waits view of...
Not one of his best lyrics.
Life is pass fail, and everyone fails.
I'll take the worst Tom Waits impression ever for 5. Well, whatever, I guess that was worth it.
Sure, yeah.
It's a spear. It's not worth opening your inventory for.
I reject your shitty present, but I will take your magic ball.
I reject your shit, but I will take your power.
Exactly. That's Link's MO. Stay tuned to see how great the Master Sword is. Pretty great.
It's sorta great.
It's reasonably great.
There's a cool dude hanging around where you get it.
Don't look a gift sword in the mouth.
Don't put the gift sword in the mouth.
No, we've been over that last time.
That's how we got into this mess in the first place.
That's right. I can't stop eating weapons.
So, just to make sure everyone's clear on this, this guy discovered a book that described the location of this shrine, didn't finish reading the book, and then came up here.
Again, oh, hello.
Good morning.
Hey, did you see that guy with a book around here? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, stop shooting me, please.
I ate half of his food. Can you apologize for me? Oh no!
I wanted to tell that book guy I figured it out. Oh.
You wouldn't have done this to Siri.
Let's explore that smoke signal. It's not an intentional one.
Here's the anti-Yami, is what this person is.
Yeah, so when I got to this point, I actually hacked my game so I could kill her. This is perhaps the best bit of environmental storytelling in video game history.
Yeah, look around us. We appear to be in some junkyard of some type. While this lady is busy cooking a thoroughly blackened piece of meat just by swinging a spoon at it. And we'll sort of understand why when we ask her to teach us a recipe. She teaches us 3 types.
Or
Like rock salt?
because you put rocks in it. Never mind. Carry on.
I've never made rock hard food. I've messed up a couple times and made like dubious food. I've never been dumb enough to put ore in it. Or that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you try food combinations that don't work and you get dubious food. But, like, most people are smart enough to not put a gear in.
Like your intestines. You told me.
So, yeah, this isn't a junkyard. This is piles upon piles of her discarded meals.
Oh my goodness. Look at all that.
And there are flies everywhere. It's pretty disgusting. But also magnificent.
How's it going, Ishto? So, did you know that you live in garbage now?
So we previously got a nice, pretty white horse. I named it after Skippy.
Thank you.
Here's a nice big black demon horse. It's based off of the horse that Ganondorf rode in Ocarina of Time. It's sort of assumed it's descended from that. This is gonna be Yami. And he's none the wiser. He is a really big horse. He's way bigger than any of the other horses in the game. He's also kind of ornery. He's not able to dash. Which is unfortunate, but he's still a badass horse anyway.
For Extra Life 1 year, I played Secret of the Magic Crystal, which is a horse racing game that my friends donated to make me play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you breed your horses effectively. And it's like, oh, I got, you know, a blue horse, and I got a pink horse, and I got a fire mane demon steed. Like, what the fuck? I thought this was a game for little girls. I mean, I guess there's nothing that says little girls can't like demon steeds.
And if she does, you know you're raising her right.
I know.
No stamina.
Nope.
5 strength, though.
He is as strong as a horse.
That's a strong horse. It's a strong horse that'll immediately get killed when it tries to kick something. No.
Oh no, you've discovered my secret name.
No! Senshi.
You've turned him into a horse now. He is now a horse doing commentary. Vegetable omelet. Thanks, pal.
How long have you been holding on to this?
Till I found somebody who had a rugged rhino beetle. Long time.
Don't mind the refrigerator sweat.
Ooh, we finally doing one of these.
Yes, we're going to be doing a labyrinth. There's 3 of these. They're all sort of located roughly in 3 of the 4 cardinal directions on the map. This one is nearby Gerudo Desert. You can look down from the peak we were at earlier and see it. That's where I jumped from. And all of these you can easily see from the map. For a lot of these, it's a lot easier to just fly over the top of them than to actually go down into the maze. Sometimes there are hints as to where the entrance is, like, in this case, this isn't the correct place to go, I don't think. But if you fly over the head, you can sometimes see pools of malice. That might be a sign that there's a hidden entrance there. In one of the later labyrinths, there's this hallway of electric chews, and that's where you need to go.
You know, if you get lost, you can obviously climb the walls. It's a hell of a long way, but...
Yeah. One good use of Rivali, I think one of his gusts will take you all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to want to use your climbing gear. Just looking down it from the top, you won't be able to see a doorway leading off to the side. Or, I think in one case, there might be a doorway that's higher up along the wall in one of the other labyrinths. In this case, flying over the top, you may not be able to see this hidden underway. And this is where you need to go.
Extremely upset that you didn't use magnesis.
Right.
It's a rare ore, Talus, yes.
Finally. Whenever I use bomb arrows against these guys, I keep missing.
I just climb up and whack at it.
Yeah, for some reason I had this, like, prejudice in mind where you couldn't use arrows against a stone.
Well, you can when you're shooting them in the nerve.
Like, it was just this huge mental block that I had. I just couldn't conceive of using arrows against a rock.
And I hope no one lives down near the end of there, because I just carpet bombed them.
Can't believe you shot that Rito orphanage again from here.
They just finished rebuilding it from the last time you shot it.
How do you not see me?
Hello? Oh, no! I thought we were friends.
So you know, withrobes can't look straight down.
I had heard that, actually.
Otherwise, they drown. What the fuck?
Oh, what up?
What's up, bro?
What year is it?
I've been here since the calamity.
Do they still make ecto coolers?
Witch's brew. Last minute revenge.
And all the parts burned.
Yep. It happens.
Who's the real winner here?
It's me. Sorry. I mean, it's you?
But next time, since we've done some exploration out in Gerudo, mostly out in the mountains, we'll be returning briefly to the Rideau village, do some of the side missions around there, and unlock some more shrines. And then, in part 35, I'll have gotten to the point where I will be suitably prepared to finally find and obtain the Master Sword.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that we're finally gonna get the sword that seals the darkness. Nobody ever calls it the Master Sword. I don't know why. Why don't they?
I don't know, it's not like it was lost to time.
I assume it's the same sword every time.
Is it like Macbeth? Like, is it just bad luck to call it the Master Sword or something? I bet whenever somebody calls it the Master Sword, the handle just gets a little bit more uncomfortable.
It gets a little less balanced.
Like, the handle gets just a bit shorter, so it's actually super awkward.
Grows a couple more stabby bits on the pommel.
In 100 more years, Link's just holding the blade.
He's just, he's holding the crossguard like handlebars.
Just running at enemies like a battering ram.
It's terrible. He's got to like Scrooge McDuck pogo stick it.
Yes.
Well, he does do that in Smash Brothers.
That is true.
And Zelda too.
Love to down smash. Bring back the down smash, please.
Cool, so Rivali's weapon is a pretty good bow. It's got a ×3 multiplier like the Lionel bows, but it also has a pretty decent range.
And shoots pretty quick, too.
All in all, pretty good bow.
It's real nice. But just to stick it to Rivali, I hung it up in my house and I use it to open difficult jars.
Not far from what I do with it. And this kid's actually telling us about the big tree that I just marked, because I already knew about this. But this is kind of cool. This is one of the things that I like about the visual storytelling about this game. The characters don't just put a marker on your map, say, go here, there'll be a thing there. In this case, this kid tells us a story that her grandfather told, where if you go to that big tree, you will see a giant white bird. And we're going to be doing that, and we're going to see how they visualize that is actually very cool.
What?
Looking good, hero. It's like,
That fish is dead.
it's still not quite as good as the crocodile hat from MGS3, but it's pretty close.
Oh.
La la loo la 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 la. These kids sing like angels.
Return of the bird wrangling hero. I just grab her by the neck.
That's the bird strangling hero.
I mixed up the melody, no!
Ah! It's tripping him into a rage in his bokoblin hat. I'd probably go to a con dressed like that, just saying.
That's one of the few cases you could get away with it looking cheap.
How dare you?
The irony being, it would probably still be expensive to get it looking exactly right.
Only expensive in terms of time. That's the benefit to being a craftsman. Once you accept that your time is valueless, everything is profit.
Yeah, I just apply my normal solution. Throw money at it until it's all better.
You're my kind of guy, Yami.
Told you, man. Be some goddamn furniture.
All I'm standing dead-eyed.
Oh.
Are you ready to taste the goddamn rainbow? I'm saying we can make one hell of a turducken out of these guys.
Whoa, don't stuff a baby up another baby.
Mog Latin. It's like pig Latin, but grosser.
It's big Latin for Moogles.
Hey, what's up, little guy? Sorry, should have warned you, yahaha.
It was just ground before I flooded it with lava.
Bloopies.
Okay, that's full. Paging Captain Overkill to the forest. Captain Overkill to the forest, please.
Bloopies.
So you do remember this area. This is Satori Mountain. I came here when I saw the green glowing, which means... See that?
It's a bloopy party.
Hey, hey, hey. It's Bloopies in the USA.
And they're all in reverence of this creepy, sort of Studio Ghibli-looking weirdo, the Lord of the Mountain. He's like a demon goat.
Please stop carpet bombing my bloopies.
I don't know. He looks more bored of the mountain to me.
Sure hope nobody jumps on my back like a jerk.
I hate when people do that.
Oh,
Oh, son of a biscuit.
the worst. The worst thing possible has happened. Okay, I guess we're friends now.
Oh god.
Wow.
Christ.
Handsome.
I did not look at that thing from the front before.
Why the hell does it have a proboscis?
And 4 eyes.
So, well, I grabbed him. You cannot take it to the stable. Son of a bitch.
Ah,
You missed me.
my brothers. Oh,
Son of a bitch.
damn it.
Oh, and the tree.
Well, there goes the tree.
Holy potatoes.
I hope you didn't need that.
Luckily, you don't need the tree. You just need to go to where it is.
Well, now you can go to exactly where it is.
Kids all like, that's the last thing that I remember of my grandpa.
It's a little hard to make it out at this point in time, but there's the big white bird.
Oh.
What do you need to do? Just start gliding over. And as you get closer, you see it's more of a trick of the eye. The tail isn't connected. It's actually blocking a secret entrance to another shrine.
And a moblin tea party.
They're having a little ass party there.
Hang on. Carpet bomb.
Oh dear. Oh. Oh. Oh, mercy.
No, there will be no mercy.
I'm not out yet.
Panic, everybody panic. Everybody lose your dang minds.
Well, that's what you do at a party.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
It's got like a bit of both. Nope.
Oh, don't spank me. Yeah, block that, bitch. Who's ready to get the sword that seals the darkness in the rain and the cold?
I can't wait to get my hands on the blade of evil's bane.
Pew pew laser sword. It improves the graphics. It's the raster sword.
Oh, very nice. Look at the direction that the sparks are going. Oh, so interesting.
Well, son of a... I'd never figured that out.
Yeah. And if you get a torch, you can light it. The particle effect will affect that the same way.
I think it's actually really cool how they sort of married the concept of the Lost Woods with the open world feel of Breath of the Wild.
Give it a more realistic sense.
Yeah.
But here's why you want to remember how the flame works. Because at this point, we don't get any more braziers to lead us in the direction. We need to light a torch and walk out on our own.
Reverend Mother, what's inside the tree? Pain. And some rupees.
I love bloopies.
Monetary pain.
Crippling student debt.
Yay.
Yeah, you did it!
Yay.
Celebratory destruction of a good shield. Here we are, Korok Forest. The Kokiri are long extinct, but hey, at least the Koroks are around. They're fun.
Yeah, haha, you found me. Yeah, haha, you found me.
You found it. There she is.
Take a selfie with it.
The Master Sword stands on its own.
Seriously, should have taken a selfie with it.
If you sought to throw the sword in any
Oh, wait.
sort of
This is
real
adorable.
state, you would surely lose your life where you stand.
Aw, he's dead. Well, what is true power? Oh, it's my life force. This is kind of interesting. It's not just you've gotten this far in the story, you found all the balls, therefore you're able to pull out the Master Sword because you were chosen. No, you need to actually be physically strong enough to pull it out. Fia's like, no, you need to earn me hardcore this time. It's Paul McCartney.
Are you guys being serious right now? You've set up a little like Motel 6 inside of your boss.
Drilled him out and bled him out.
One of the oldest and wisest beings in the entirety of Hyrule is now a Holiday Inn.
Damn commercialism.
It's not even a Holiday Inn Express.
But first things first.
I am not ashamed to say that I needed to look up the solution to this one because I did not get it.
Yeah,
It took me a while.
it's not immediately apparent. On the far side of the wall, all the constellations that you see on these walls are back there. You need to count how many of each are on the far wall. And off to the sides, there are balls and holes set up against the constellations with torches going from 1 to 5. And just place the balls next to the correlating torch number. It's basic math, but the first problem is actually seeing the far wall. It's not immediately apparent.
I'm extremely pissed off at Breath of the Wild for mocking me for my inattentiveness.
one of these slightly less intuitive ones in this game.
Yeah, for some reason, I, looked at each constellation and tried to count the number of stars in the constellation, but that didn't work out.
Yeah. And it's like, go with like a modulo thing where it just wraps around, or...
Jeez.
Stop picking up dead Korok limbs.
I swear, Yami, that's the most computer guy thing that you've said in this entire LP. Your name is Peaks? It's so cute.
I look at people while they're bathing.
You want to see a bloopy?
Don't we all?
That's why I look at people when they're bathing.
Alright, here you go. Dig deep, soldier.
Feet, I know I hate you, but why do you hate me now?
Give it your all.
Oh!
Down to the last quarter.
Whew.
This steel is cold.
No, we're saving those jokes for later.
We're saving those jokes for never.
Great Deku Tree, I ask of you, when he returns, can you please relay this message? Tell him I...
Now then, words intended for him would sound much better in the tones of your voice, don't you think?
I've never been much good at impressions.
Yes.
Everyone I talk to runs away screaming.
You can just, like, carve it on his ass. Do trees have asses? It's got a face.
Yeah, it's the part where the face isn't. The rest of its ass. It's like a snake.
Man, my arm is tired.
Trapped deep within the confines of Hyrule.
It's impressive that I can speak, considering the Koroks dug out my fucking larynx to build you a bed.
She has a smile like the sun.
Sing me to sleep,
I would do
Deku
much
throat.
to feel its warmth upon me.
Ma.
There is literally a fire in my lungs.
We got the Master Sword.
Yay.
It is the only truly unbreakable weapon in the game. But they still found a way to make it sort of breakable. It has limited power, which means eventually it will sort of break, but over time it'll recharge and you can use it again. Unfortunately, it does not have its full power somehow. This is something that they expanded a little bit with the DLC, but at this point it can only do 30 damage, unless you fight, for example, the Guardians or the Blight Ganons. Anything that has been actually blighted by Ganon will increase the sword's power to 60. If you buy the DLC and you get the Master Sword, you are also able to do the Trials of the Sword. It's sort of this game's answer to the Den of Trials from Twilight Princess, just this long series of fighting monsters. And there are 3 different stages, each time increases the sword's power by 10 until you get it to its full power at 60. And I think at that point, it will never run out of power. It'll be permanent. Felt appropriate to look like the champion hero that I am.
Yep, looking good.
And it does lasers like it should.
Good use of the Master Sword
Yes!
there. It's real funny, though, that, the fact that it's unbreakable means that the Master Sword is relegated to just basically being a can opener.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting this Royal Guard sword on some fucking bokoblins. Let's just use the Master Sword.
I barely use regular weapons against those guys. I go ranged.
I know. You love carpet bombing their beach parties.
Made some sort of deal with the Arrow Devil to have an unlimited supply, so might as well use that.
Thorne's just watched an awful lot of Vietnam movies before playing this.
If you listen carefully, you can hear Ride of the Valkyries in the background.
Sung by Koroks.
Yeah.
Why do we need to take this beach? Because Bokos don't surf.
You found me. You found me.
True psychological warfare. That's pretty good. I'm proud of you for getting the Master Sword. You're finally the legendary hero of whatever.
Yeah. And there's actually a few people around the game world who are sitting there waiting for the hero with the Master Sword to come along and just sort of show it to them. And now I can do that.
It's just these, like, fanboys.
Pretty much.
I love the smell of burnt Lionel in the morning.
Smells like dropping a cigarette ash on your sweater.
It's very specific.
It's my most vivid imagination of what a burning Lionel smells like.
We have the Master Sword. We are truly the champion hero now.
Yay.
No, you're not.
Yeah, these are kind of dumb, because you gotta buy them one by one out of the field.
Yeah.
And they're not even, like, that good.
Why don't they just give you, like, the big cardboard box? You put them all in, and then you pay by weight at the end.
Jeez. That's the most suburban thing I've heard you say.
I think Voltfins show up right nearby Inigo Bridge. Especially when it's raining, I think.
Starts with an...
Yeesh.
Making it work for that one, eh?
Yeah.
Seriously, that escalated quickly.
Hell yes. And that's it.
Outwhittled! Outwhittled! Oh, because he's made of wood! Oh,
Now he has no more purpose.
I'm on board with Koroks.
Who stole my brain mushroom? Don't tell anyone, I stole this from your hero fund. It's so cute, you should shoot it.
Abuse the bloopies, please.
Maybe they're into that.
Don't abuse cuties. For any reason.
Yeah, typically if you shoot a rabbit, money doesn't come out.
Cuties are for snuggling, maybe for eating, but you better eat the whole cutie.
Test of wood, it's the hardest Korok trial.
It is some straight up horse shit.
We've seen a few of the Korok weapons. They're just regular wooden weapons. Some of them are kind of strong. But in this case, our equipment is replaced with Korok equipment. And we need to rush through an area with a lot of fiery enemies and get through to the end.
It's very amusing.
This is one trial where just hauling ass and avoiding the enemies is a very good idea.
Especially if you're arrow starved, like me. Get out of here. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I could probably also just use the bombs,
Yeah.
but hey, that worked too.
Stubblins, go away. Don't brandish your
God.
sticks. Ah, no!
Oh no.
Oh!
But hey, they produce an updraft. Maybe I can use that to my advantage.
Smokey the Bear warned me about this.
Oh no! Oh no!
Where's the updraft?
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
Why? Don't have your weapon out with these electric chews. That's some more horse shit.
There it is.
Oh,
Cheese it, motherfuckers. God damn it.
no, jeez. Octo snipers.
I think I panic cryonised my way across that. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, that works too. Hooray!
Nice.
Link slightly charred, breathing heavily. Don't fucking ever ask me to do that again. No! Absolutely not.
The fuck did I just say?
Holy potatoes.
Holy
Just
crap.
an explosion out of nowhere.
Oh, you don't want to do it again, huh?
It worked, Korok. We saved the forest.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, and I get to keep the Korok weapons.
Great.
Hooray. I'm not going to, I don't think.
What a reward. What a bounty. I can't believe that we're looking with our special eyes as we walk through the BDSM forest.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of anemic trees.
But we did get the Master Sword. That took you guys a little too long to get.
It just, the brain had to cam over it, but that was pretty good.
It took me a while to dig myself that far into the gutter.
Next part of this. We're not done with the iron, only now he wants rust on it.
Oh man, this has been blocking me up for days.
I'm gonna do something early, though. That tree over there has a sign saying he actually wants that chest. You're probably not gonna know that until you've gone over there and he says, hey, give me the chest back. So I'm gonna bring it along with me.
But we were looking forward to watching you sail back and forth 3 times.
With a goat and a duck and a fox.
Something I should have done, something that I did in one of my other runs. You remember from the alternate route, part 1, where we used that treasure chest to move the raft?
Mm-hmm.
It's a much faster way than using Cryonis.
Oh yes. At the risk of memeing, it's a very troll science kind of approach to it. I apologize, but it's true.
That was like multiple sites, surely.
Hey, another one.
Pretty good rewards.
Yeah, we got one of those in the last one, didn't we?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And this last trial, I think, is the most boring.
Oh yeah, this one.
This one's not so much a trial as we're following behind someone as they're doing the trial themselves.
You got a stock little Okie.
So apparently they cut these kinds of missions from the new Assassin's Creed game.
Did they?
Yep, because they're real boring.
They were the worst.
And so this is sped up, so just
Yeah.
imagine this at normal speed.
Yeah.
If you need to fall asleep suddenly.
Oh god, Blood Moon.
Oh god. Okay, maybe you should be scared.
Oh, wonderful.
There is one point where a wolf runs past, and you need to kill the wolf.
And then the wolf respawns.
That's a good point where you might lose him, because he sort of runs away. Not necessarily behind. I think first time I played through, that was one point where he saw me. But here, I have no idea where he went, and I'm a little concerned. And then I see him.
Ah. I wonder if he shows up with stasis.
That would be weird.
If you could stasis a Korok? I mean, that would be extremely amusing. You bet you're the real deal. Look at you with your little leafy twigs.
Little baby Mario.
Yaha! Yaha! Yaha!
Choka. Ah, weak.
Thank you so much for completing my trial.
That's how we whistle.
Yes, I do love free stuff. Mmm,
Not bad.
That's a pretty good bonus.
it's pretty good.
you'll grow a mushroom.
Go on.
That's what the extra hearts are. Intestinal parasites.
Ah.
We gave you a fungus.
So lighting this game is a little bit silly. If you're not using specifically a torch, like I think even lighting a tree branch on fire wouldn't have the same effect, there's not really light around you. Like you can't use a fire weapon. If you swing it, there might be a little bit of light, but only a lit torch will produce this appropriate level of light, and also lighting the sconces.
I believe torches will never, like, burn out.
No, they take no damage from the fire, which is nice.
Yeah. Unlike, you know.
Oh, hell.
Dick. Oh, hello. You're in my house now, Link.
It is,
Oh, bug zapper.
it is very rude to deploy explosives in someone else's house. This does remind me, one of my friends played Diablo 2 and as a joke made a light radius build. He just collected all the shit that had light radius on it. He couldn't fight for anything, but man, did he glow.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
It was pretty gross, yeah.
But here's what we need to do.
Oh dear. Oh my. No. Of course. Of course there's a Hinox here.
I mean, this is actually a really good organic moment, because, you know, the orb glows, so you see the orb, I'm like, oh, it's just up on a little platform. Oh my god.
Yeah, then you see that big gnarly yellow eye open and you're like, oh, beautiful.
And another note about the Dark Ruins as a whole, you can only enter from that one bridge.
Yeah, then you just get kicked out.
Yeah, you just get warped to the bridge, I think. Okay, well, it was,
See, we took the America approach to defeating the Hinox.
I ain't got time for this shit. Let's just glass him.
Do you get daisy cutter arrows at any point?
Wow.
I fucking wish. I would use those all the time.
Holy jeez. Can you imagine using daisy cutters against a group of Stalblins?
They still wouldn't be effective enough.
You mean a very large... Oh, wait, Stallblins. Never mind. I guess that would just make powdered soup broth.
I suppose. Spicy peppers.
Feed that to the dog.
How'd you like a spicy pepper, dog?
I mean, they'll eat anything.
They will.
He'll just throw it up on your shoes, though.
Yeah, Beetle, not really feeling those shorts and that belly shirt, my friend.
Yeah, all right.
Tell us a story, old man.
These stories get kinda bleak. He also tells us about a couple of things nearby. Like there's another labyrinth to the north. And there's also a huge canyon just to the east.
Good work on killing your friend.
There was Harry and Mary, both I had to bury.
Wow.
They're memories I carry.
My life is an Irish folk song.
Slippity tumbly dead.
Good work on killing your other friend.
It's okay. They were horses.
And horses' lives are valueless.
Oh. Wait, so he told his horse to go into a maze as a test of courage?
I mean, he was a kid. Kids is dumb.
Why would the horse do that?
It was a very good horse.
Go on in there, horse.
A stall horse, you say?
What a fucking asshole. What if you rode up on a stall horse to Moncton and were like, hey, I found Harry.
He says he forgives you. Mary didn't, though. She's waiting outside.
Yeah, she is. She's gonna kick you right in the chest.
I didn't even know that skeletal horses could wear brass knuckles.
Oh, the Forgotten Temple.
Oh yeah, this fucking place.
It ain't so special on the outside, but then what is?
It's a cube of death.
It is. This is where they keep all the death when they're not using it.
Yeah, you came to the wrong place.
Apparently so did I.
Welcome to Discount Fuck You Warehouse. We're just giving these fuck yous away.
Our prices are killer. And so is our product.
There's the entrance.
Yeah, this looks fine. It looks really interesting. You know, like maybe there's a really sweet platforming challenge in here where we're gonna find some mysteries or something.
Apparently somewhere around here there are pictures of the loft wings, but I never saw any.
Oh.
But that's kind of cool. So there's a lot of gusts. Good place to fly around. Oh, look.
Yeah, Sweet.
You came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
I love it. You walk in and just all of a sudden it's like 4 laser targets right on your forehead.
How long have they been here? Because they're placed in such a way, I don't think the Guardians came in here just 100 years ago. They were waiting.
Oh yeah, I mean they've been there long enough to get real salty about this. I would surmise that they were actually placed there by the Sheikah elders.
And then they got corrupted by Ganon.
Yeah, of course, because you know they're all networked together. The Internet of Things was a mistake.
Yes.
The Internet of Things.
Yes, the Internet of Things. Everything is Wi-Fi connected to your Amazon account.
Light bulbs, light switches, your appliances.
It's so the Russians can hack your toaster.
That's not even a joke. That's literally what happens these days. Your fucking refrigerator is part of a botnet now.
I can't believe that my blender is mining Bitcoin.
We went appliance shopping and they wanted to sell us a range hood. Just the vent hood that had Wi-Fi. Like, the fuck is this even for?
Maximum Overdrive was a prophecy.
Well, that's what happens when you're on coke. I thought I did pretty well against them. Like, I only hurt myself in that whole run,
Oh, jeez.
which is pretty good for me.
I mean, you went through that like a pro. I went through that like a fucking coward.
The secret is to keep moving. Do not stop.
Book it.
Running and screaming.
I fought every single one of those things, but I got real good at perfect parrying their blasts. Need to see a dragon. I need to. I gotta see a dragon. I gotta see a moose. Where's a moose dragon?
Show us your best fan art of a moose dragon.
Yes, please.
Oops. That was the wrong button.
The winner gets to design Canada's new official animal. Sorry, the beaver.
We're going with the Lionel. There's like fucking 4 of them out here.
It's a big field of Lionels. And like silver ones too, so it's not even a good time. Oh, hello.
Hey, guess what?
A prize.
A good time. Ah, my back!
Ah!
Worth it.
Sure. Get back here, you little cutie.
What is wrong with you?
No.
That's a good picture.
That's pretty good. Nice action shot.
No, you are going in there.
Come on. I don't like it. I remember what happened to Harry. It's been passed down by the horse god.
We didn't meet him in this save file.
Oh no! Well, we can imagine that Epona is religious.
All horses are connected to the horse god.
Always.
Epona is named after a horse god.
Is that true? I thought just
Yeah.
somebody... Oh.
The Gallo-Roman horse god Epona.
Oh.
Mifa's grace is ready.
Thanks, Mifa.
Epona's grace is ready.
Thanks, Fishwife.
Thank you. Thanks for butting in.
Could be worse. Could be Rivali.
Or Fee. Holy jeez. Watch the Skyward Sword long play. Oh, wow. Fee really does
Your
not
battery's
want to
getting
let
low.
you... Oh?
Your battery's getting low.
What's it? Yeah.
You've been playing too long. Stop playing video games.
Uh-oh.
You haven't called your mother in weeks.
What's going on?
I conjecture that I make you cry.
Let's see, if I look at the map... Ooh, that is a good sword.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
Looking at the map, if Epona wasn't in the way, it'd probably be easier to tell what direction the game wants me to go.
It's the revenge of Harry. Henceforth, all horses shall annoy you in this labyrinth.
I think the best place to go is that east direction. It looks like there's sort of a bridge or something. I think there might be a hidden tunnel there.
I believe that to be the case, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's one on either side.
And days later...
Day 47. I've been trapped in this labyrinth. Oh, not really trapped. I can leave whenever I want.
I've been stubbornly walking along the top of this labyrinth for days.
There it is.
My clothes have become increasingly aggro.
Aha, see the tunnel?
Oh, sneaky Pete.
It's not it.
Son of a biscuit.
This is one of those cases where you need to look for all the electric chews.
Fun. How fun.
There's the tunnel. I like these labyrinths. It's not just simply a maze, you also have to keep verticality in mind.
Attention paying in my Zelda?
It's more likely than you think.
I mean, after the water temple, I think everyone learned to pay attention.
Just go to the rooms that you haven't been to, it's not hard.
Or at least look up.
Yay, barbarian pants!
It's a friend, and you know it.
Look at that smile.
Hey, what's up?
Hmm. You killed my master.
I don't care because I'm just a skeletal horse, but come on.
No loyalty among skeletons. I want a cut of that $100.
I don't have a brain, but I have a heart.
Yeah, but you're stealing money out of your grandpa's wallet.
Well, Grandpa got it from Mom, so just don't tell her.
Very exclusive club. Only moblins can get in.
So please, bring me the building. An ancient scroll.
I'm sorry, what?
Whatever you gotta think of to keep your spirits up.
Whatever's between you and a consenting grandmother is your own business.
I don't have any interest in sleeping with a guardian. Yes?
I think I'm way ahead of you.
Just walk towards the sea. Signed, Virginia Woolf.
Bah? Macaw?
Wait a minute. You're just 4 cuckoos in a coat.
Can't believe it. The highly inequivalent of Octodad. She's got a good thing going on.
Mission accomplished.
Good work.
Hey! Yes.
It was treasure for me.
I like to think that the treasure was the frostbite I gained along the way.
No, the treasure's in the water.
Oh, there it is.
I beg your pardon. I really beg your pardon.
What?
Why are you
Oh.
back here?
Oh.
Oh, he's dying. That's very specific.
I love innards.
Darling, I will die if you don't feed me foie gras.
I need Molduga liver.
Innards is actually incredibly vague. Do you need kidneys? Do you need lungs?
Do you need to be eaten by a Molduga?
What you need to understand about Molduga is that they have only one gut.
Oh, it's just like one giant organ.
It's just one fleshy sack, kind of the size of a beach ball, basically, that's just kind of floating around inside of it. It's not even attached to anything, it's just an innard.
Not far from the truth either. So one interesting note, I think with the exception of Sidon for obvious reasons, all of the champions and their descendants have the same voice actor. So Riju is the descendant of Urbosa, and she has the same voice actor as her.
That's interesting, because Urbosa's got a fairly throaty voice.
Urbosa is also rad as hell.
She's a proper badass.
I think she's probably my favorite, well, second favorite of the champions.
After Rivali, of course.
I'm not even gonna play along with this. It's Daruk! It's Daruk, you jerk! Oh,
Hello, very hungry lady. Oh no, too wet.
oh, jeez, it's too slick. Oh. Ah!
Come on.
There you go. I remember in my youth reading that book, The Very Hungry Gerudo.
As somebody who's struggled with melon addiction, I can relate.
If you don't talk to your kids about melon, someone else will.
They're just so sweet and juicy, I can't help myself.
I mean, they are good for you. Better than other addictions, I guess.
I like to sprinkle cocaine on mine.
Yeah, you know that trick where, like, you just cut a hole in it and invert a bottle of vodka in it? I do that with meth.
As in, you make a hole with the meth and pour vodka in.
Well, yeah, I mean, that certainly explains your high energy commentary.
This is him in his downtime.
He's crashing hard.
Oh, man. I need some melon. I need some melon, man.
So one kind of cute thing about Riju, she has a pet sand seal. You can actually feed the seal fruit, and then somehow it will give you predictions. Depending on where you place it.
This is every attempt to feed a video game character in this way.
Oh, meow, meow.
And every attempt to feed a fucking animal in this game. Do not place them close. Yes, apparently Patricia makes seal puns every time, but Pata will not tolerate that. Pata is me.
What an incredibly ugly sand seal.
Let's get that cute little bow.
Right? The bow and the eye scar. I did not know this was here. And I think that my experience is enriched for it.
Just the incongruous nature of the giant seal with the little bow and the eye scar, and the fact it's named Patricia is so good.
Telling seal pun fortunes? What?
It's just... It's like there was a Mad Lib contest at Nintendo of America.
Because I'm heavily armed and have nothing better to do. Come on, lay it on me. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to go into the desert and fight some ninjas.
Oh, but first, school.
Oh, kissing class. I love kissing class.
That's effectively what it is.
You just had a kiss without breaking a Vo's neck. I'm gonna teach you ladies everything that you need to know about men. 1, they're incredibly dumb. 2, they love meat.
Drop it on the ground and they'll walk around in circles several times before they eat it.
They'll drag their weird bellies over.
3, their egos are very fragile. So, even though they're shorter than you, do not suggest a stepladder.
Just pick them up. They love it.
4, Vo only have one innard that just kind of floats around inside them.
I probably should be using a heavy weapon.
Should be using the Master Sword.
Yeah. Use the can opener that seals the darkness. I do have 2 bombs.
And no more fire arrows.
Wow.
I probably should have used a bomb there, but you can't tell until we get up there. Which I'm probably not going to do. Just place a bomb on that platform. It will blast it up into the top. That little cage is full of... Whoops. That cage is full of explosive barrels. Son of a bitch!
This puzzle I really like.
This one's just a little bit tricky.
They're super fun.
So the platform to push you up to the door, it and the bars blocking the door are inverse. The platform's down, but the bars are up. So as you go up, the door is closed. There you have it. Just have the bomb flying in between those 2 platforms. And then once you're up there, set it off once it's above the switch.
Oh, Prancy Prance.
Do my happy banana dance.
Oh, I love to banan.
Banana dance.
Oh, banan. Banan.
Yeah, get my banana pouch.
Cursed by my banana hubris.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
Rivali, not the time.
Shut the fuck up, Rivali.
Rivali's Gale's not ready!
Oh, jeez.
No, this ladder is just something wonderful. 1, it's a way to sneak around from the top. 2,
Yeah.
room of bananas.
Banana bonanza!
This is essentially their treasure room.
This is how Donkey Kong Country starts.
Somebody took my nanners.
Congratulations, Link. Now you're King K. Rool.
That's great.
Clan. Yiga Clan.
You are set on bananas for life.
45 bananas. Delightful.
Post in the thread what kind of food makes you prance around.
Christmas cookies.
Oh.
I say as I take a bite of fudge, which is not a cookie.
That's a debate that we don't need to ignite. If Fudge wore pants, would it wear pants like this?
Draw your best Lionel wearing pants. Oh, here we go. This has to be the Thunder Helm.
No, more bananas.
Score.
Alright, we got what we came for. Let's head out.
You're gonna be set for nanners for the rest of the game after doing this place. It's pretty good.
You can make banana bread, banana ice cream, banana cookies, banana cream pie, banana daiquiris.
Banana scampi.
Just eat a nanner.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That took me an embarrassing amount of time to find.
But there were buried chests. Why didn't you look with your special eyes?
Because I'm rubbish.
Oh. Don't beat yourself up.
Like I did.
Yes. That is my fucking aesthetic right there.
Kind of interestingly, he has no voice acting, like aside from the but like in this one situation where we meet him, he has more personality than the champions.
Oh yeah, bust out your serious moves.
Nope.
Do it. How big a ball are you gonna conjure, buddy? Pretty big, I guess.
Real
Oh, yeah.
big.
That's a big ball.
That is a very large, somewhat spiky ball.
The only way this cutscene would be better is if Link just turned around at this point and left him. But that has a pretty great resolution anyway.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There it is.
Ooh. Goodbye, Master Koga. We will never see him again. They do have a real badass new sword, though.
Oh, they
Very
do.
cool.
Their sword is so good.
I forget exactly what it's called, like, it's the Wind Cleaver. It's a real big katana that, when you swing it, essentially it sends a blast of wind forward. And its base damage is 40, so it's a pretty rad weapon.
It's fairly strong, but its durability sucks.
Let's go surfing now, everybody.
All I can imagine is the drum roll from the start of Wipeout, except played on, like, a child's tambourine. Very slowly. That's it. Wahaha. Wipeout.
I didn't have a tambourine, I just had my keyboard.
It was sufficiently underwhelming for the speed you were going at.
Now this is a slightly tricky shrine. One thing that does not help is having a fire weapon equipped, because that will melt the ice.
Oh, my tiny cube!
Oh no, how could this have happened?
Oh, what's your big hot plan now?
Yeah, this is the part that got me.
This is the part I can never remember what I'm supposed to do.
Stacy!
It's dumb. It's real dumb.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Do what I thought I would do with the other thing.
Okay, this is...
Alright.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, straight up points. Whoa!
Nice.
Points for creativity.
Nice. The answer is once again, just throw it.
Just throw it.
I had to look that up because I'm like, how do I get past this? Oh, as long as your cube is not tiny,
Yeah.
it'll make it through. I do like how there's no switch or button or anything. Fuck this cube. It's just like, present an ice cube to me. Thank you.
This is what I think of your fucking ice cube.
Show me the cube. I want to look at the cube. Show me the cube, Link. Give me an orb for a cube.
Go pick up your cube.
What are you going to do with all those mighty bananas?
I don't do anything for a while, but when we get to near the end of the LP, I think I just chuck them all together and make attack stews.
Banana cocktail, banana scampi.
I already said that.
Oh, damn it.
Bananas Foster bananas.
Those bananas need good homes.
Slice them up, put them on a fried peanut butter sandwich. It's the sandwich that killed Elvis. Actually, I think it was the barbiturates that killed Elvis, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm going to say the greaseball burgers and the...
Too soon?
Yeah. Rip Elvis 2017.
If Elvis Costello dies before the new year, I'm coming for you.
That's...
No, not what we meant. Not what we meant.
No, that's it. I meant Elvis, the boss from God Hand.
Yeah, that's right. Perfect. Good. Holy potatoes, please don't take Elvis Costello. He's still one of the few good ones we have left. I say this every time, but I can't wait to see what kind of fine control we have over this war machine. We've had snoot angles, we've had tipping. I wonder what this one will be.
I honestly don't remember, so I will have to wait and see. In fact, I think I remember literally nothing about it.
The last two ones have exactly the same power. It's so stupid.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, now I remember. This one is actually the dumbest of the four, if I have to rank them.
Well, it's a camel.
I know, what's a camel?
What can you do with a camel?
It's the ship of the desert, for pity's sake.
Well, sink it.
Oh.
It is a little bit lame that so much character is put just into diaries and not into cutscenes.
Yeah, but that would involve you spending time with an NPC, and that's just... That's not how this game goes.
I don't have time for that. We have giant electric sand camels to deal with.
Exactly. Because, like, Sidon, right? You know, you talk to him a bunch and he's brash and so forth, and then he's like, go get thunder arrows. Okay, now ride on my muscly back. And, like, that bird guy, whose name I forget because I don't really care for the Rito, he was all like, oh.
Tiba?
Yeah, he's all like, shoot some targets, now ride on my muscly back.
And now Riju was like, go read my diary, and now ride on my muscly back.
Riju's like, fight some ninjas, then ride on my sand seal's muscly back.
I mean, she's royalty. She has people to do the muscly back parts for her.
I'm not gonna muscle my own back. I'm a prince, goddammit.
She has a literal army of muscly backs to do it for her.
I got a town full of man-hungry muscly backs.
Just get them all to ride on each other and just muscly backs all the way down.
And she's got the muscliest back standing right beside her at her throne. I think Valaria could throw her.
Why doesn't Valaria just throw you Goron style?
Only the Gorons can get that distance.
Savak, climb aboard my shoulders, little man.
Savak, sayonara.
Freaking Hylian javelin toss right up to the divine beast.
Woo, ah!
Speedball special.
Looking good, kiddo.
It's okay, I know. Your silence speaks volumes.
Shut up. Jeez, that was annoying.
Wolf! Yeah, you've been staring for 2 minutes now. You were staring before you started remembering it.
I want Link to come out of one of these and just have a bunch of shit bounced on his head.
It's just got like a pancake sitting on his forehead. Who did this? That's why I always make it a point to only speak in simple, confident pledges of support.
Good work. Nice hat.
You're doing great, buddy.
I'm ready. We're doomed.
Let's do it to it.
I can't breathe.
I'm on the aqueduct, skipping on dead birds. I'm on the aqueduct.
Aren't all ducks aqueducts? I don't think there's any land-only ducks.
That's a Marx Brothers joke!
Oh.
It's very good.
Convergent evolution?
I guess so.
Seas are the only way to travel.
I love that hair.
Yeah.
The most.
That is an amazing afro.
Seriously.
More afros need to be bright red.
I don't know what it is about Japanese games, but the big poofy fro, just huge, is like my go-to hairstyle.
There's always one in, like, every piece of Japanese media that's not just super serious.
Always. I remember in Steambot Chronicles, there's, like, one barber who only does afros. He's like, what kind of haircut do you want? And then you come out just looking funky.
I love this lady's name, Shaban.
And she's dressed like a Shaban, too. Like, she definitely looks like the kind of lady who tells... Jeez. She's like... She's got that trailer park chic is what I'm trying to say. Like, she's got a mason jar of gin. Like, this big old hoop earrings and gold Ray-Bans. Yoga pants.
She's somebody's great aunt. You just know it.
She totally
Oh,
is.
yes. Oh, yeah, she does not have any kids of her own, and you do not want her hanging out with yours.
We'll be coming back to that place after Von Naboris. That's where we'll be doing some sand seal racing.
She'll be alright. She'll be over there chain-smoking Virginia Slims and reading Cosmo.
There we go. So there's a charge up time. And as long as we're in the protection, thanks, Riju, you won't get hit.
Ha!
All right, now.
Huh?
What do you mean now? We're not nearly close enough. The ancient bow is nice for this because it's got a really big distance.
Oh, I see.
Over here. Good.
And as was pointed out in the thread, I believe, and possibly also the YouTube comments, Naboris does walk like actual camels, which is the left and the right legs both walk together.
Yet another reason I hate camels. Walk like a quadruped, you weird ship of the desert.
So I think the idea there is when she says go, you're supposed to leave the bubble to hit the feet, and then come back at danger time.
Ah.
But why the hell would you do that?
We're cowards.
I kind of wish they had given her egregious hat hair.
Don't let us down, Link.
What? Falls out.
Oh, geez, can we do that again? If you've never seen this game before, try and imagine what kind of fine battle control you might have over a camel. I would surmise something to do with hump extension.
That's what I was thinking, moving it in and out like pistons.
Ugh. Oh, that's unsavory.
It'd be gross and hilarious.
Ah, guess try.
So you wouldn't believe, but the most trouble I had with anything in Naboris was getting this damn chest.
So, if you reconfigure the beast, it just dangles like exactly where you can catch it, apparently.
Huh. Well, I'm impatient. I wanted it now.
I was too. You see, I had the brilliant plan of like shooting it and then catching it with stasis and then magnesis. But it didn't work out that way.
Well, I got it anyway.
Oh, it was just an ancient core. Alright.
I think that was my third try. You rotate its guts.
It's tummy rotation!
It's a big-ass rock tumbler.
All I'm saying is, if I wanted to spend time with a big dumb animal whose existence was centered around its stomach, I would just spend time with myself. Incidentally, kind viewers, feed me, please.
Thought it was your turn to feed the Skippy.
Hey man, he nearly took my hand off.
Please, my kind keepers.
Oh, that's what you get for not using the Skippy feeding glove.
It's shaped like an anime waifu.
Yep, you won't get anywhere near it.
I do like how in these divine beasts, as you get each terminal, the music changes. Like it started out, it was just this dun, but now more instruments are coming in and it's becoming more mystical and hopeful.
Hang in there.
Stop sounding like someone sat on a piano.
Roxanne. Can't believe it came back to the police because literally, as I was editing the footage for this video, I just decided I'm going to name it Behind My Camel because I can't think of any other camel pun. And then I literally, that night, I listened to every Police album. This is sort of a gondola that leads back and forth once you get the electricity moving. But you do need to jump down there to get to another terminal.
Hi.
Surprise! Woo, goodbye!
Hi.
Look at those elegant humps.
Those lovely camel humps.
That's right, check them out.
Clunk.
Oh no, who could have seen this happen?
I'm not dressed for this.
Now, Link, I will just... What are you wearing?
You look fantastic!
Oh, that is totally your color. Okay, now die.
It's me, Thunderblade Ganon.
Stay on your
It's my
edge.
color too.
This formidable adversary was made by Ganon.
Oh, I'm tired.
Ganon once adopted the form of a
I
girl.
really like this bit of dialogue.
And that will make this victory all the more satisfying. I like that. Now I can take this personally.
I guess this is kind of your Skyward
Once
Sword
we've
bookend
established a
sort of
lock
thing.
on out there,
Yeah, this effectively will always
we
be
have
the
to
last game in the
remain
series.
occupied until the
Yeah,
moment we
which is
unleash
pretty
our
cool,
souls.
because, like, Ganon's the manifestation of Demise's hatred for the world. And then throughout the years, I guess, Ganon's identity just degraded into calamity.
It's kind of implied that like he never really went all in. He either used the power of the Triforce or just poured a bit of him into a mortal form. But now he's like, okay, fuck that noise. Go on all 6 cylinders.
It's calamity time.
Bet everything on red and black.
Always bet on fuchsia.
Urbosa's Fury is a pretty sweet skill. When you hold down the attack button, you build up a charge, and when you release it, you just blast down lightning on pretty much everything around you for a pretty wide radius. It's really useful for boss fights. You're given 3 of them at a time.
Yeah, the longer you hold the button, the bigger the radius gets, but it gets big real fast.
Yeah.
Or if you're like fighting a bunch of crazy shit, it'll even stun Lionels for a little bit.
And when you're like me and you're already holding down the charge because you're using heavy weapons and doing the swing, like that's the cannonball that follows after beating someone in the face.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it, but like swinging your weapon around and then just slamming it down accompanied by a giant thunderstorm is pretty sweet.
Kept forgetting that I had it.
I didn't realize at first how to make it go, and I kept using it by accident.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who the hell pays attention when NPCs are talking?
You can cancel the charge attack by pressing B again, so you don't waste Urbosa's Fury.
I guess it's a fine replacement for sort of the traditional hurricane spin that you get in the 3D Zeldas.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it's no Wind Waker Hurricane Spin with the panic. I know the panic screaming every time.
And yeah, Urbosa herself, she has a very wooden voice actress.
Yeah.
But I do like her as a character, and I like that last statement she makes at the end of the cutscene. It is said that Ganon once took the form of a Gerudo. I like that. I can now take this personally. That's a cool touch. That's something that none of the other champions have, is sort of like a personal vendetta against Ganon. She says it sort of gleefully.
Mm-hmm.
And it suits her really nicely. It's not like Mipha saying,
Together we will annihilate Ganon.
it's like it connects there. There's a through line.
So I get Mipha's grace, right?
Mhm.
Because apparently magic healing exists as a power that people can do in this world. I get that, Rivali can soar in the air on his own arrogance, right? I don't understand how a Gerudo can control lightning. Like, where did she get that power? That's so weird.
She's just so dang angry. It would be a lot less impressive if it was Urbosa's minor annoyance.
Maybe she's just famous for wearing heavily carpeted shoes.
I still don't understand how the heroine got over there and how her sword got where it went. Both of which are incredibly far from where the rest of the heroines are.
Because her sword is not downhill from her.
It's uphill. Up a mountain.
Yeah. So the sword stayed where it was, and she just kind of... Nope, there's no way to make this work.
Just tobogganed all the way down. Basically, Von Naboris would had to have gone into that big circle of heroines, kicked her all the way into the mountains.
He's still giving you the fuck me eyes, though. So, I mean,
I don't think he has any others.
he's not really big on taking the hint. Although, yeah, I mean, you might be correct. Maybe he just has resting pervert face. I can relate though, because I totally do. My neutral expression is just a pervy leer, so which kind of puts across the wrong image.
The first time I really made friends in high school is we were all sitting in the library, and another girl pointed out how angry I looked. I was perfectly fine. I just have resting bitch face.
Yeah.
And somehow I made friends from that.
Well, of course. Everybody wants to be friends with the brooding, intense types.
Yeah, my friends have to learn how to tell when I'm smiling. It's actually an acquired skill.
Wow.
That's spectacular.
I'm a grumpy looking motherfucker, apparently.
Wow. I'd really like to be a grumpy looking motherfucker, but honestly, I got like resting sweetie face. Is the problem?
Yeah, oh, by the way, everyone on the Discord voted you most pinchable cheeks.
Thank you. Wait, when? What? You bastards! Hi.
You're back. Oh, I lost 30 rupees.
Just realized she's got tiny stairs going up to her throne, and I love it.
Little doggy steps. Well, what's the alternative? Having her bodyguard lift her up there like a toddler? Yeah, that would be the alternative, wouldn't it?
And she's just struggling to get up there, a kid trying to get into a bunk bed without the ladder.
Riji's like holding her arms up, just uppy. Let me get on my throne. I love it here. Everyone's open with their feelings. Everyone's totally supportive of each other. It's wonderful.
Like, half of the population knows I'm a guy now and they don't care, so it's like, why leave?
Lady's got abs till Tuesday.
If anything happens to them, you must tell me immediately. About that. Quick cut to Link throwing it in a well. Whoops.
I need another. The hat mask tiara.
Talk to the leader of the Gerudo. She's like, you desire this ancient relic of my people? I want it! I want it!
It's quite amusing. The Gerudo are very tall, very powerful women. They do need to be educated on how to deal with the quite small, quite weak men around the world.
Feckless, one might say.
There is some culture clash. Trust no one.
Well, she's not wrong.
So this makes me think that Gerudo childhood media is just, like, Gerudo being tricked, but then beating the crap out of whoever tricks them. And then Fauna got ambushed by bandits and beat the tar out of them. The end.
No voing. That's it, rabbit punch to the neck, Risa.
I would kill everyone I meet.
Not if there's no witnesses.
The whole
Okay, is your hair just made of bubblegum that got stuck there?
But luckily there's only two. Dig that gold.
Well, fellas, it's important to, pay attention to your appearance. If only for your own emotional well-being. Also study up on your grapple escapes just in case she's a killer!
Finish the job.
That's it.
Yeah, don't actually do that. Never move an injured person unless they're in immediate danger from where they're sitting.
And I'd make it out of sand. You got heat resistance, damn it.
Yes! Yeah, misery, that shit. Everyone knows that the best relationships are predicated on kidnapping.
Well, I found the problem.
It's Caliban of the Infinite Melon.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, no.
Come on. Look, I have,
Not another time, damn it.
I have something to say to you gotta stop with the
Stop your... She ate so many melons that all the juices just lubricated this corner.
Okay. Sure, blame the melon juice.
I can't choke on just one.
I'd like to put that to the test.
We had to fade out. This was just too explicit.
Yeah, they'll show her going to town on a melon slice, but...
Which is interesting, because there's only 20 people here.
I do nothing but stand here and cry all day, every day.
Well, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
I'm starving. Now I'm going to litter the streets. Yeah, I was like that after eating one olive. Don't need to do it ever again.
Oh, but they're so salty and savory. Mmm.
I mean, I'm going to assume it was a good olive. It was at my rich uncle's house.
Oh.
What do you put in your martinis?
Well, I don't drink, so nothing.
What do you put in your virgin martinis?
Oh, God.
It's literally just an empty glass.
It's an empty glass with an olive in it and maybe a dash of bitters.
I think I've just found a new signature drink. I'm gonna be well known as a weirdo.
Going to be.
Hey, you two. Where's guinea pig fancy? That's what I'd like to know. Because guinea pigs are quite fancy.
Well, if you can't find it, then be the periodical you want to see in the world.
Oh, jeez, I can't write a whole magazine about those fat little pieces of shit. How to tell when your guinea pig is kind of being a dick about everything? Answer, it's awake.
Well, I found the Leviathan skeleton.
Yeah, you did.
And I found Barda.
Oh, gracious. Hi, Barda. Yep. I'm the Grim fucking Reaper, baby. Folks, the only time that you're allowed to say that line is if you say it in exactly my voice.
If you're carrying a durian around, you probably smell like death.
And she just rides off inside that sand seal.
It's the only way to travel.
Like a tauntaun. See, I'm like Molduga. Sand seals have no innards.
They're completely hollow. It's very strange.
Yeah, if you tap on them, they go kunk like a ripe melon.
She may not have my favorite design, but she's probably my favorite just as a character, just for something she does. And it's kind of mean of me to say that.
Ah.
So that's what I like about her. Yeah, these great fairies are all in water. She's the one that actually chokes on it. Kaban?
How far down does that go? Maybe it's none of my business. But I must know.
This Let's Play is so funny.
At the Arbiter's grounds?
Yeah, Arbiter's grounds returning for Twilight Princess. It's buried so far under sand, it looks nothing. No piece of this looks anything like the Arbiter's grounds.
No, it doesn't. One would expect at least a circle of stone pillars, but this is just all weird.
Kind of a wasted opportunity.
We don't even get to ride epic spinners. Which, let's be honest, that was the only good part of Twilight Princess.
Urbosa's Fury, look at that chunk it takes off of him. Oh, look at that chunk he took off of me.
Yep. It's a good amount of damage.
It's real good.
Bombs are also nice against him. I learned later, much later, as in after I recorded all of this, that he's actually weak to lightning. Like, just in general, so shock arrows are good against him, too.
Oh, interesting.
Or I could just be thinking of a specific Molduga.
Well, it's strange, considering that, you know, the desert is Lightning Town.
Maybe that's the hint.
Strong-ass sword.
Yeah.
Even stronger-ass sword. Yeah, I can't believe you killed my husband.
Yeah, haha, we're getting kind of obvious.
Yeah, there's me looking around like, this looks nothing like Arbiter's Grounds.
You know, you say that the Koroks are getting quite obvious, but I'd like to see you come up with, like, 960 unique ideas.
Yeah. I liked that. There's the real Molduga, but as soon as the name and the health bar came up, Liz Elfos jumped out of the sand. Nice. So it doesn't protect me from all shock elements and what have you, but like if I'm in a storm, it'll protect me from the lightning.
So if it's thundering, go give a Moblin a big hug.
Yeah.
Alright, show us your silly ass hat.
Looking good.
It goes with my hair. Last time, we took care of some stuff in Gerudo Town and fought a crap ton of Moldugas. We're fighting another one because it's fun.
Look at this eyes just rolling like, oh, brother.
Not again. Holy shit.
I hate being on my side. Oh, they scream like little babies. What the fuck?
Oh, this is great. Can I not just wiggle my tablet underneath you there?
Just push her.
I could really use the teleportation.
Could you just fucking fall over dead here real quick? Get off the fucking pedestal. What is wrong with you? Sorry, hauling ice in the desert? Is this an idiom?
Do you have some cats I need to herd?
I tell you one thing. That Pokey has about an Ice Cube's chance in Mount Doom.
Once it's in my hands, it doesn't melt.
I got these cold old lady hands.
I'm a cold-hearted bitch.
Oh, she's so serious.
I love being drunk.
I'm over 100. Can I see some ID, please? I'm over 100. I've died. I've seen what's on the other end of the veil.
It's just fucking CDI games. I thought I lived a better life than this.
It's just nothing but a giant obsidian wall that has on it in 20-foot tall gold letters, "Excuse me, princess." So you can probably guess what kind of a fucking chore this is gonna be.
Yeah.
It's nothing but goddamn Lizalfos with fire arrows and fire shoes, and it's just... like, on the path to the ice house, it's all the most annoying enemies to carry ice past.
And here's the best thing. You can clear out all the Lizalfos in this entire ruins area. Once you get to the ice house and pick up the ice block, the area sort of reloads and it refills with bokoblins.
Yep. Bokoblins with fire arrows.
Oh, you could tell. I can't magnesis that, that means it's a mimic.
Because it's made of flesh. Think about that. What would it look like if you opened it?
Brains.
Ew!
Sideways.
Nice catch.
Very good. What if, actually, instead of brains, it was just the top of the Octorok's head, but it has a really embarrassing comb over?
We do need to come here during the day, because she goes to sleep at night. Now you might think, well, obviously, but she needs to be awake so she can actually give us the ice. And thus, during the day, it's hot out, and the ice melts. And you see how the challenge is set up.
And remember, this is for one drink.
So what do? I was just going to walk all the way through, because I had killed everybody. But then I saw, oh, they spawned in bokoblins. Thanks, game.
So
I'm just going to do what I did the first time I played through, and every time since. Just walk around the perimeter. They won't see you.
There's enough shade for your ice block to make it.
you actually don't need a whole lot of the ice block.
No.
If there's anything left at the end, I think you're good.
Over here.
Ow, my foot.
Any other kind of ice wouldn't have done, apparently.
Oh, that perked you right up. Oh, jeez.
And as soon as I drink it, I'm gone again.
That's our girl, a functioning alcoholic.
Well, we finished our ignoble pursuit, and what is our reward? Okay.
Acceptable.
That's alright, yeah.
I grew that diamond myself.
I clenched cold between my butt cheeks this whole time.
It's the addictive game known as drop ball. Yeah? Sloop. Right. Yeah. The magic of nature.
So, congratulations on introducing an invasive species into the Gerudo ecosystem.
Oh yeah, that's gonna attract like cane toads and stuff.
Rockfish. No, lionfish. One of those two.
That looks like a good another goal. We saw the Broken Heart Pond.
Yeah.
We haven't found the actual Lover's Pond yet.
Don't get those mixed up.
One of them will let you find your true love. The other one gives you cardiac arrest.
Can't believe it, a pond made of butter.
Oh. Ah. Huh? Hey.
She got eaten by a Molduga.
Dang it.
We've been LPing together so long, man. We're just right on the same fucking page.
Yeah, we just keep finishing each other's.
But hey, we found the real Lover's Pond.
Hey! That is a pond definitely shaped like a ball sack. Oh, we're looking at it the wrong way, oh no!
Heart, balls, peach bottom.
Peaches look like little butts.
And it has a bunch of hardy radishes, which is very nice.
I get it.
Yep. Wobbin. Wascoey Wabbin.
I hate that webbing.
Nope, rival time.
I'm gonna talk to her first. Wait, I did already.
Oh.
Yeah, it's funny. You can walk right up to her, and she says, "This is supposed to be the place you meet your true love, right?" Yep, right here. What are you waiting for?
Go like a hug or hold hands and frolic in this field of flowers.
You know, everything we've seen about these Gerudo is they've either been like boy crazy or dying in the desert. So
So, I mean, go talk to her, but your odds of ending up face down in the pond is non-zero.
Okay, you're really overthinking it here. Okay, you don't need a fucking flash mob to ask your sweetie out, okay? Just go over and be like, "Hi, my name is Wascally Wabbin." I'm sorry, it's just Wabbin. Wascally Wabbin is my father's name.
Here's some literally poisoned flowers.
Or if you really want to break the ice, just go up to her and ask to go take on that oxen together.
If you really want to break the ice, just bring some ice and then break it together. It's pretty good. It's a good way to do it. Just thought I'd break the ice.
Okay.
And then the gal's like, "That's a fucking terrible line. Get out of here." And I'm like, "But I love you."
Aha.
Oh, well, there's your problem. You got a chest in your heart instead of the other way around.
You have a spear in the chest in your heart in your chest.
Meat.
Here, I brought you a present from that guy. It's meat.
Hi, I brought meat.
Huh?
Now my odds are high.
What's you get from this guy? Who's got 2 thumbs and a thoughtful gift for a tall lady? This guy.
That tiny man over there?
Yeah. The one who's standing like a fucking deer in the headlights.
Why is he so small?
Huh?
Hello.
Hello. They call me Wab. Damn it.
Huh?
Yes. The box falls on him out of nowhere.
Dink, 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 dink.
Well, I own my own small business. I shampoo carpets.
I also shampoo dogs. And I can shampoo you if you ask.
I have a modest amount of savings, and you will find me a tender and conscientious lover. Thank you for your time.
I can cook rice and beans, but not rice and beans. I don't know how to do them at the same time. It's too much pressure. Okay, I need my inhaler.
On the opposite side, I can cook eggs and bacon, but not separately. You're gonna get bacon in your eggs, I'm sorry.
I have an excellent spaghetti sauce recipe.
Step 1, open the jar. Step 2, pour out the jar. Step 2, Step 3, cry alone.
The secret ingredient is Italian seasoning.
Step 3, pick out the shards of glass.
Wow!
Huh?
Cheapskate! Wow! Go Dutch on it, you fucker! Jeez!
I don't know. I was so just enjoying our version of Wabbin.
Look, man, we're in the middle of a stalled apocalypse. Take what you can get.
I was just speaking from a place of truth, man.
You mean experience?
Yes! Wabbin is me and I am Wabbin.
We are Wabbin.
We are all Wabbin.
Wabbin is us. He's the real self-insert character.
Holy jeez.
Yeah, Rin.
He can definitely go insert himself.
Oh, bye.
Where would you like Wabbin?
Just throw him in the pond, see if he makes it out.
Have you heard? Jesus saves.
Stop evangelizing!
Says the other child.
I am old stuff. I'm 120. Stop telling everyone that, Link. Everyone thinks you're weird. Kiddo?
What the shit?
Kiddo? Sorry, I hate the people who live here.
It's me, an unstoppable machine.
Dennis!
You know, I would unironically like a crab as a pet.
I had a crab as a pet once. A very small crab. And he had one big long pincer, and he used to eat algae off of the rocks like chopsticks. He would scoop up a little piece and tuck it in his mouth, and it was very cute.
Yeah, but then you can't name it anything that's not Mr. Pinchy.
I named him Skippy Jr.
Where are you going?
Are you kidding?
Bye.
Go fight it yourself, asshole.
Eat shit, child. Talus, Talus, Talus! Yeah, Talus! Fighting the Talus in the rain is basically the worst thing ever.
Not when you get a superpowered sword.
Yeah, actually, never mind.
That tablet looks a lot like the Mirror of Twilight from Twilight Princess. It's not, it just looks like it.
Oh.
Vaguely.
I mean, Midna did break that at the end, spoilers.
What if you put it together and then a very, very tiny Ganon comes out of a portal?
It's a portal to the Minish dimension.
I'm itty bitty.
Mini Ganny!
And then tiny Vati is like,
Wait, this is my timeline.
Vatini.
oh. A virgin Vatini. He also is just stuffed with olives.
So did you hear that Rivali took up organic farming?
Go on.
Yeah, Rivali's kale is now ready.
There's always one moment in every LP.
I have heard he's considering going out onto the ocean as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, Rivali's sail is now ready.
Uh-huh. Yep. Speaking of ready, I'm about ready to Rivali's bail on this.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. In every pun riff, there's got to be one person who pretends to not be into it.
It's too bad you went with that, because Rivali's in jail.
I mean, he didn't last long in that fight. He is very frail.
It's alright, his bail is now ready.
And this is gonna be all the fucking comments in this video too, isn't it? You're better than this! People watching. You're not better than this.
Usually I'm better than this.
Yep.
So all that work finding those pieces just to learn you need to crouch on these.
But like, without being told, you'd never think to have both of you crouch. Maybe both of you would do friggin' Kamen Rider poses or something.
I now have nothing to live for.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, time to go back to my secret family.
Don't tell my third wife.
And then Garini walked into the ocean. Kayaha! Oh, well, we're screwed.
Yeah, this is...
Didn't think quick enough. We have to take a barrel across these two platforms. And there are obstacles in the way.
Oh, beautiful!
Unfortunately, I thought a little too quickly there.
Exquisite perfection.
Post a Rivali puns in the thread, and we'll find something to ban you from. Not sure what.
Don't worry, Rivali's fail is now ready. We've reached the low point. We can end it now. We met her.
She's dead, sorry.
Yeah. Eaten by moblins. Sucks.
Yep. I found her left leg.
Link says in his mind as he sweats profusely. So don't mind me, gonna go steal your raft. Wait, I got it. I can do it.
He said you can borrow it! You're not stealing it!
I'm ignoring everyone's kindness and pretending I'm horrible.
You're just like, oh yeah, I'm stealing this. He's like, I totally said you could borrow it, so, you know, have fun. Screw you, old man!
Nice meeting you!
I'm joyriding!
Sail it like you stole it.
You have a lovely home!
Fuck that chest.
A long throw thunderblade, fantastic.
Better than a Korok leaf.
Is it? How are you gonna get back?
I could teleport.
Oh.
So you're just gonna leave this guy's raft in the middle of the ocean?
Of course.
That's what happens when you're kind to me, okay?
Link is not a nice boy.
Now it's really like I stole it. Nice wind today, it brought my boat back.
Did you know that the ancient Romans had an incredibly sophisticated form of cement? And the recipe is lost, but it actually, they're trying to figure out how they did it because it actually doesn't corrode in salt water.
Wow.
They just figured this out. It's pretty amazing. So maybe the Bokoblins have something like that, you know, just like incredible technology, but nobody takes them seriously because they're kind of gross.
Okay, so the Bokoblins are actually the descendants of the ancient Romans.
Yeah, I think that's probably the canonical hashtag game theory for it, so take that as you will. But I think the Bokoblins are probably more advanced than we give them credit for.
And here I am killing them all.
Well, yeah.
So I guess that makes you the Hylians the descendants of the Visigoths?
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, you know, given Link's proclivity for property damage, it's no surprise that he's a bit of a vandal.
And I have always been a closet goth.
There you go. Ah, heavens. Thank you, barbaric Germanic tribes.
Alright, so post in the thread your multi-page essay about how Calamity Ganon is actually Julius Caesar reincarnated.
Yep, absolutely. Or maybe just go play Europa Universalis, you fucking nerds.
Just give me a number, woman.
Okay, just write fucking what?
Jesus Christ.
10 grand.
Doggy, what?
She is the final great fairy.
Holy potatoes.
So if we want it, we gotta fork it over. But luckily I'm rich.
Well, yeah, I want you to know that hurt though.
Okay, so now we're up there with Tom Cruise in the Church of Great Fairy.
Yeah, pretty much. All of our operating thetans have been replaced by, you know, this. Whoa, hubba. Hello. How you doing? I'm Skippy. Nice to meet you.
That is an impressive quaff.
I mean...
I'm just gonna put someone's eye out with it.
Anyway.
I'm swimming in champagne.
Oh, she likes him skinny, huh?
You know, just some jogging.
It's actually a hot tub, one of the jets is clogged. She needs you to go down there and fix it.
I'll bet you do.
So let's see what level 4 looks like.
Here we go.
Oh god, I don't...
Whoa!
Oh, jeez,
It's murder.
I need an adult.
Well, everyone's over 100 years old. She even more so, so...
I suddenly regret everything that I ever said about the Great Fairies. That was... Suddenly don't feel so good.
Both violent and invasive.
Wow.
And terrifying.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
What the bear's thinking about?
So how about them Koroks?
Holy jeez.
Yeah, I'm scarred for life.
Yep. That's cool. So, 3 minutes of awkward silence to cap out the video.
Can we go climb a volcano now?
That would be really nice.
Terrytown alternates between 2 parts of a side quest. It starts with us just gathering wood for him, which is pretty easy. I've been doing that the whole time to get ready for this.
Do we help him build the Tappan Zee Bridge at some point?
We don't build anything for him.
Is that a fucking New Jersey joke?
Tarrytown, New York is directly on the other side of the Tappan Zee Bridge.
And this guy's name is Hudson. Interesting. I wonder if that's the joke.
I think that's the joke.
Reckon that's the joke?
That might be the joke.
I really didn't realize that was the joke.
That's an extremely specific joke.
Yeah, strangely. Huh.
And here's the second part of the quest. We need to go out and find someone for him. Someone whose name specifically ends in son, because that's the Bolson guidelines.
Yep.
And that's the whole joke through this entire side quest.
So, have you been paying attention?
And it just so happens he wants us to go out and find a Goron. But that's perfect. We need to go to Death Mountain anyway, because that's where the final Divine Beast is. But we can go and find someone to help out Hudson along the way.
Mayor Blarazano? Mayor de Blasio.
How's it going? I'm Yami. I'm from out east. I know all this bullshit about bullshit.
Yep.
Sorry, that was unfair. Thank you for explaining the joke.
No, it's fine.
Very strange that they would make such specific knowledge of New Jersey a part of the game.
If that is a joke, that's like Arrested Development levels of specificity.
It really is.
Like, that's some localization person probably having a really good time.
I don't know. I don't know if localization people get paid enough to live in Tarrytown.